are now on the clock, right? They made the trade, and he never did.
Well, it was funny, too, because to your point, a lot of big-time reporters had that trade happening.
Yeah.
I mean, Sal Pal was the one that was banging the drum.
Yeah.
And I think we all thought
it was going to happen.
I did. I thought, everybody else was reporting it. And
especially
because
Chip had control.
Yeah.
Right? Chip had control, unless maybe Jeffrey Lurie put the kibosh down. I guess he probably did.
Yeah.
Like, is he the reason why that trade didn't happen? I don't know, because I would imagine Chip wanted to get Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
He's probably sitting at home today going, man, if only I made that trade.
Well, that would have extended his life.
Yeah, it would have. And, like you said, probably no Super Bowl if that doesn't happen, because we know who he ended up becoming. I mean, he was a mess, and look at what happened in San Francisco. He won 2 games.
I know.
He got kicked to the curb immediately and had to go back to college. So, yeah, it would have been an interesting way it played out, and it is fun to think about the what if, right? And like you said, he runs his offense. He already knew it in college, so it's not a growing pain year. He would have stepped right in, and you go, all right, how good would he have been if he was with Chip? Like, was that the overall marriage? Did Marcus Mariota not have a good career because he wasn't with Chip?
Yes.
How does it turn out to be Marcus Mariota's career? We say, look, he's a backup now, but who knows?
Isn't that wild?
I don't know how it would have played out.
Well, I don't think he's any good.
Right. No,
I mean, listen, I have no due respect to Marcus. I mean, I liked him out of college, but he was a system guy. Now, I don't know, but he just didn't. His problem was he never saw the whole field.
Yes.
He was a guy that would cut off half the field, and you can't be a great quarterback. And I thought he had a decent arm, but he just never darted the ball down the field.
Yeah.
It's not good.
But now it's funny. I remember we've talked about him for the last actually couple of years to be the backup for the Eagles. And now all of a sudden, here he is. He's now the backup of the Eagles, and we come around full circle. He's back. He's with the team that a lot of people thought he'd be traded to. And now it is fun to think about the what ifs, right? And it could go for other ways, right? What if the Sixers drafted Paul Pierce?
Well, we're going to do that. We're going to play those games.
Nice.
All right? So somebody's going to bring it up, and it's going to be almost like we're going to almost do it like improv.
Okay.
You know improv?
Yeah.
Like where you just, you're playing characters and you just start to go off the top of your head. We're going to do the same thing with the what-if game.
Okay. That sounds good. I like that.
And we'll start. I mean, the Mariota thing is interesting. Now, my man Jimmy Garecki, skateboard legend, says, and don't forget, Aguilar had a huge role in the Super Bowl.
He did have a huge role.
He caught 9 balls for 84 yards, set up the Ertz grab, So maybe, again, it all worked. The universe does work out. Even though Aguilar was a flop, he contributed in one game that mattered in this town.
Yeah, big one.
And somehow the universe brought us
and he's actually
a Super Bowl.
He's gotten paid a few times now since then.
Yeah, that Patriot. Belichick must have been bamboozled by that one game.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the Patriots, they got Gesicki this morning.
I know, I saw. And Tony Taxi, you were thinking about?
Yeah. First guy, though.
Cuz, I guarantee the Eagles are going to sign Gesicki.
Said I'll call back when they get him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got Goddard. You're not getting Gesicki. I mean, that's just kind of what the math is. We got a lot to get to. We've got the tournament coming up. The games start shortly, coming up in 2 hours. So we'll go over the games with you. In case you didn't hear Cousins' Corner last night, I'll have some picks from Brad. I want to hear about your St. Patrick's Day, everything else, as we get started from the Park Sportsbook right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Let me tell you about Daniel's Plumbing. So excited about Daniel's Plumbing because, that was a whole of my game. I didn't know anybody. And plumbing's such a big deal. And I knew people, but nobody I trusted like Danny. All right? Daniel's Plumbing. First of all, I love the fact that it's a family-owned business. Danny is the chief. He's got his sister, his mom, Teresa, and they have grown and grown and grown, and they have done it because they are so good at their job. I mean, when it comes to plumbing, think about this. Whether it's commercial or residential, you need to have connection to a good plumber. You something like selling your house, right? Something like doing excavation, new plumbing installations, drain cleaning. I mean, there's so much. It's so vital. And especially, you were talking about commercial, pieces. You're a hotel, you're a bar, a restaurant, you name it, hospitals, any kind of medical stuff. You got to make sure that your plumbing is in order, and that's just where Daniels Plumbing comes into play. Trust me, they're going to be your trusted, all right, and dependable plumbing contractor for all the service contracts in Philadelphia, Montgomery County, Bucks County. They're going to take amazing care of you. And listen, something goes wrong at home, something goes wrong at work, and you need like a plumbing emergency 24/7, they have the hotline to handle you at all times, 267-650-3418. Write this number down and just put Daniels Plumbing, 267-650-3418. That is the plumbing hotline. And God forbid something goes wrong. I mean, we've all had that. Water coming in, and oh my God, what am I going to do? You call Daniels Plumbing, all right? They're going to treat every home as if it were their own, and you're going to just love them like I do. Online, Daniels-Plumbing.com. That's Daniels-Plumbing.com for all of your plumbing needs. Go see Danny.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Marcus Mariota is an Eagle. Yes, I'm saying that. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Parks Sportsbook and Casino on Street Road. Watch all the action all tournament long with the Cuz, John Kincaid, and Ricky Bowe, and then place your bets on the Bet Parks app or at Parks Sportsbook and Casino in Ben Salem. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Eagles sign another player, Marcus Mariota. Yeah, you remember the whole do the deal thing that never ended up happening. Marcus Mariota now signed with the Eagles and will be the backup to Jalen Hurts. A lot of NCAA action coming on today. It is the second day of the first round. We had some upsets yesterday. Number 13, Furman took down Virginia by 168-67. And how about a big one? 15th seed Princeton taking down the 2 seed Arizona. First game today will tip off at 12:15, and that's, of course, USC and Michigan State. Sixers back in action tonight. They take on the Hornets in Charlotte. Tip off at 7 o'clock. You can listen live right here on The Fanatic. This update is also brought to you by Wawa. Wawa's panini flavors are getting even bolder, like buffalo chicken with creamy mac and cheese. Try a new bowl panini today. Gotta have a Wawa. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
In the lane, spins, hangs, fires, shot up, and good with 1 second to go.
Sixers Hornets tonight at 7 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
76ers basketball is brought to you by Meineke. For tires, brakes, batteries, exhaust systems, and more. Meineke, doing car care right.
Attention, guys. By now, you should know that when it comes to meal enhancement pills, most of these contain the same ingredients that are repackaged over and over again. Why take the same old when you can perform in the bedroom with confidence at the highest level? That's why Noxitril needs to be on your bedstand. If you thought that the little blue pill works well, wait till you try Noxitril. It's like Viagra on steroids. Thousands of men each week have switched from that prescription blue pill to Noxitril. That's because Noxitril is automatic. No need to worry anymore. When it's time to perform, we've got this. Explosive results you can count on with no side effects, no stuffy nose. We want every man to try Noxitril, so call now and take advantage of our special free bottle offer today. Oh, and as a reminder, please use the Noxitril dose as directed. It's that strong.
Call right now and get your free supply. Call 800-993-1760. That's 800-993-1760. It's like Viagra on steroids. Free bottles available for a limited time only, so call right now. 800-993-1760. That's 800-993-1760.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 3/21/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Paid for by the National Tax Advisory. Contact the tax group for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this, because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call the tax group right now at 800-264-1629 and get the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-264-1629 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-264-1629. 800-264-1629. 800-264-1629.
Get in zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Valvoline Advanced can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for only $37.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com. Get in zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. With special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
A Philadelphia 76ers home game is the perfect place for your group to spend a night out. All you need is a group of 10 or more to see Joel Embiid, James Harden, Tobias Harris, and Tyrese Maxey, and all your favorite Sixers starting at just $26. For more information on 76er group tickets, visit Sixers.com/tickets or call 215-339-7676. That's 215-339-7676.
All right, let's talk about the BetParx app. Celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the BetParx app here at the Parx Sportsbook. Excuse me, all kinds of great stuff, man. All kinds of giveaways and fun things. You watch the game. They're giving away free bets and odds boosts. I mean, you name it. The action begins. USC, Michigan State at 12:15. Xavier coming up after that. Baylor's in action today. Vermont, Pitt, Iowa State, all kinds of games all throughout the day. And don't forget Jameer Nelson at the Parx Sportsbook from 2 to 4 today. So it should be a blast. Got to know for the tournament, BetParx. It is your go-to sportsbook app. All the great stuff, in action, in-game action, parlays, futures. They got you covered. Everything with the BetParx app. Go to betparx.com for all the details. Download it right to your phone. It's awesome. You got to be in PA or New Jersey. You got to be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
10 o'clock hour brought to you by Window Nation. Take advantage of Window Nation's 50% off sale on all style windows. Plus, make no down payment with no payments and no interest for 12 full months. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. All right, welcome back. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis, and we're playing the what-if game on this St. Patrick's Day. Don't forget, tournament, like I just said, coming up your way. 12:15 yesterday did not disappoint. A lot of fun. So let's go through the games real quick, Tunis, and then we'll set the schedule for today. West Virginia loses at the, but they had a chance at the buzzer.
They did.
And there was a 3, and they back rimmed it. Virginia with 3 bad possessions.
One of the dumbest passes I've ever seen in my life.
Including that. Like you never saw a press?
Yeah.
Like if that was Massimo's St. Margaret's team,
right,
I would be out of my mind.
Dude, he just threw up. And I saw a great tweet. They said this was if you were to do a football play of this. Remember the Patriots last year? They tried doing like the school RPS to score, and then the guy just threw it randomly to a Raiders player who scored a touchdown. It was a tie game.
Yeah.
And he throws that pass, and they end up losing because of it. Incredible.
Yeah. It was just horrendous. And I thought of our boy John Brazier of the Phillies.
I know. I didn't even text him.
I did.
Did you? I didn't even text him.
Part of the joy is, the tournament is to rub people's nose in it. Like, you have squad. Listen, I got no squad.
Right.
You
and
true. I, our squad. But actually, I felt bad. I was funny. I texted him. I'm like, dude, my condolences. This team drives you nuts. And so they get snake bitten. It was amazing.
Stones on. Good for them going for the 3. Furman. That was a deep shot.
Right?
A nice shot, man.
I know, dude. I know. Then you got Missouri, Utah State. Missouri wins that one. Kansas all over Howard. Alabama all over A&M Corpus Christi.
By the way, did you see how that game ended? The Corpus Crispy game?
No.
So the line was 24.5, I think it was.
Oh, really?
23.5.
Oh, it was a line game?
And one of the players for Texas was dribbling out the clock. And one of his teammates basically goes, "Give me the ball," and he gives him the ball, and he chucks a 3 as time expires and drills it.
No! Oh my God! And the line was 23.
It was 23. Now, whatever the final score was, that pushed it. Like they lost the bet.
So they won 90. They won by 21.
So yeah, it was 23.5. They were down 24.
Oh my God, that's nuts!
So anybody who took Alabama minus 23.5, lost.
My God, that's a shame. That's a bad beat. That's a tough one.
And they were dribbling out the clock until the guy was like, "No," like he wanted to take a shot.
Yeah, well,
I don't blame him. You're in a tournament.
Yeah,
he drills it.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that. San Diego State 63-57 over Charleston. Now, this was an incredible upset.
Amazing, man.
All right, this is the best game of the day.
We can claim them, right?
Guess what? They're the closest to us than any other school.
Yeah.
All right? Princeton 59, Arizona 55.
Amazing.
How about down the stretch? I watched that game, and down the stretch, Arizona, just one bad possession after another
Those
bad
guys
possession.
are choke artists.
Turn the ball over. They are the choke artists of the whole NCAA tournament. It's amazing. And good for Princeton. I was rooting for Princeton.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I don't know what it is, right, about Princeton. Listen, I love Penn, right? Penn is my, But there's something about Princeton football. So, I don't know. Oh, I know how I got it in my head. So, my goal for Anthony, my little Anthony.
Yes.
And, listen, it's a long shot. All right. But my goal for Anthony is to go to Princeton and play football.
It's a good goal. Plus, he's a genius.
Well, so it's funny. The reason why I settled on Princeton was he wants to be a paleontologist.
Okay.
All right. He's always loved paleontology since he was like, and he's stuck with it, right? So I was looking around, all the schools, and there's some out west, some really good schools, and I selfishly want to keep him close by to Daddy.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
All right.
I don't blame you.
And by the way, it's Princeton, right? So I got this in my head years ago, and I kept saying to Anthony, "Daddy, you're going to go to Princeton," because I figure if you tell him at a young age maybe it'll happen.
Yes, why not?
I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Daddy, you're going to go to Princeton. Daddy, you're going to go to Princeton. And I don't know how, Daddy will pay for it, but I'll figure out a way, right? Daddy, you'll go to Princeton.
I'll get a full ride for his football scholarship.
Well, that's one reason I was hoping.
Yeah.
Maybe not a full ride, but at least get help. And I was like, dude, you're going to go to Princeton. You're going to go to Princeton. You're going to go to Princeton. You're going to play football at Princeton. So that is my thing.
And then he'll get an NIL deal with Chick-fil-A.
Yes. Yeah, you're a genius. Dude. Oh, my God. You're a genius. Judas, I'm going to make you his agent.
Yes.
No, but it's funny. I'm watching the game, and I'm rooting hard for Princeton, and I'm realizing because I kept saying to Anthony that you're going to be, going to Princeton.
Damn right.
Mosswood's going to get drafted out of high school.
Okay.
Arkansas over Illinois. Auburn, one of the few games we got right yesterday. Auburn over Iowa. And Duke rolls Oral Roberts.
Well, he had that poor guy come in here yesterday. He was wearing the Oral Roberts sweatshirt, remember?
Yeah,
and he goes, they're going to win today. And I was like, I don't think so, buddy.
Well, it was funny. I was with Brendan yesterday.
Okay. Oh, he had Oral Roberts in
there. No.
Oh,
because he liked it. I go, dude, no, don't take him. Only because, everybody was on Oral Roberts. So we were at Chickies and Pete's, and everybody's going, Oral Roberts is to play. They're going to play. And I go, dude, don't do it. And they got smacked around.
Yep.
I mean, listen, if you remember, we had Dick Girardi on earlier in the week, and he loved Oral Roberts. He loved Duke.
He is Duke going
over
quite
Oral
a bit.
Roberts.
So did Brad.
Yeah,
Brad's got him going deep, dude.
Yeah, I got picks for you for later from Brad. Northwestern, 75-67 over Boise. Texas all over Colgate. Houston all over, survives Northern Kentucky. Tennessee is squeaker over Louisiana. UCLA big over UNC Asheville. And to me, the shocker of the tournament so far, other than Princeton, and I want to give all you Knit fans some love because I thought A&M was going to beat Penn State and beat them pretty handily because I liked A&M. I thought A&M was a pretty good school. And, man, Penn State
just destroyed
them. They get out to a 16-point halftime lead, and it's never a game. Penn State 76-59 over the Aggies. So congratulations, all you PSU people out there. That was a pretty. That was incredible. They just rolled that A&M team.
Yeah, wasn't even close.
No.
Looking forward to another day of it, man.
Well, let's set it up, and then we're going to get to the phone calls. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. So here's the deal. Today it gets started. Michigan State against Southern Cal. I kind of like Michigan State. Izzo, tournament-tested coach.
Yeah.
Not a great team, but, they're that, that's the blue blood type of squad.
Right. I have USC on the bracket.
Do you?
But,
All right.
Bracket got busted already, so who cares?
Xavier versus Kennesaw State. Baylor, that's at 12:40. Baylor over Cal Santa Barbara. Baylor's a pretty good team.
Mm-hmm.
Brad liked them yesterday. That's at 1:30. St. Mary's VCU. I think that's a 5-12. And I kind of like St. Mary's. That line's a little too cheap. The team I like, I have gone far into the Final Four, is Marquette. They're playing Vermont today. Marquette's got a good little point guard, and so you got good guard play there. So I kind of like Marquette. Pitt, Iowa State. So Iowa State and Pitt. Pitt, remember, was in the playing game. Creighton, NC State at 4 o'clock. The last of the day games is UConn versus Iona.
We had a guy already walk by us.
Had the UConn.
No, he had Iona.
Oh.
Rick's going on a run.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
He said Rick's going on a run. Take Iona.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't say it. UConn's pretty good. I don't see it. Now, did you see tonight's game? One of the first game tonight is Purdue and Fairleigh Dickinson. Did you see the Fairleigh Dickinson coach?
Yes.
You didn't know he was on camera?
No, I think he did. He said, I want them to see this.
Oh.
Yeah, he said, I want them to see this every time I see
So
them.
Brad told me about it. This happened yesterday. Brad told me about it last night during Cousins Corner, and he made it sound like he didn't know he was on
No,
TV.
the guy said, I want them to see this. Like, every time I watch their film, blah, blah, blah.
He said we should win the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
We looked it up. They're
listen.
2,000 plus 2,000.
Go for it, brother. You know what I mean?
Fairleigh Dickinson. That's
Yeah, but what are you going to do?
That's in our neighborhood.
Bulletin board material. Who cares?
Right.
116.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fairleigh Dickinson. That's near us.
Well, I hope they win.
Where is that? Where's the location?
Fairleigh Dickinson.
Where is that? And then so they got Purdue, and I think Purdue's garbage as a 1 seed.
Dickinson. Still trying to figure this out here for you. Teaneck, New Jersey.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
That's you remember it's near the shore. Not too far.
Teaneck?
Isn't it? No. No,
you're thinking of
yeah, I know.
you're
The
thinking
Sixers
of
used to have camp.
different T. Now,
Yeah.
Fairleigh Dickinson is actually on like the border of New Jersey and New York.
Okay.
Near Hackensack.
All right.
North
Well, it's
of
not too
east,
far, right?
North of East of Rutherford.
2 hours or whatever. Oh, it's not north. Okay. Kentucky, Providence, Drake, Miami to Drake, Gonzaga, and Grand Canyon. I like Gonzaga too. Memphis, FAU, Florida Atlantic's a pretty good team going up against Penny Hardaway. That's a good game. Kansas State, Montana State, Indiana, Kent State, the Flashes, and then TCU, Arizona State. That's your day. That's your day of hoop and beers today.
Oh yeah, happy St. Patty's Day.
So in honor, yesterday we did all of the junk food, and I'm putting it into bracket form.
Nice.
But in honor of St. Patrick's Day, I mean, let's face it, it's a celebration of beer. So we got to get the best beers.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Right?
Sounds good.
I mean, what would be the 1 seeds of beer?
Oh, it depends. Like, you know me, I'm a big Miller Lite man. Like, that's my go-to. If you come to my house, it's stuff.
Well, it's got to be popular, right? So I guess Miller.
Oh, it is popular.
Right? So Miller Lite.
And then, of course, I'm a big fan of Corona.
Is Corona 1 seed?
Yeah, dude, I drink it. I drink it. It's Miller Lite and Corona are always stocked in my fridge. Corona
I think Corona's a 1 seed.
Beer of the summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beer of the Sixers, so I have a lot of beer at Sixers games because that's.
So I think Corona's a 1 seed.
Yeah.
All right. So think about you put.
But there's the bougie people listening right now. Oh, no, those are gross. Those taste like water. I'd rather
no.
have
I mean, listen.
double hip hop IPA.
Well, listen, that's fine. Like again, this is a celebration of beer. So we're just talking about popularity, not taste or whatever you like. I mean,
yeah. So I'm not a Guinness man, but I know today is the day, and I know a lot of people also like Guinness. So I can't, not.
I like Guinness.
No, a lot of people like Guinness.
No, I know. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I love Guinness.
Yeah, I do not. I had a bad
funny.
experience
With Guinness?
Yeah.
How could you have a bad experience with Guinness?
It was the last one of a long day, and that was it.
Dude, the funny thing about Guinness is it's not high.
No, I know.
In alcohol,
I know.
and it's not heavy.
It was the last one of a long day.
Because of the color, people think it's a heavy beer. It's not.
No, it's just bad experience.
It's a great. You know what's funny? I'm a Guinness man from January through March.
Yeah, now's a good time for it.
That's my Guinness period.
Yeah, now's a good time.
And then I shift. To the more lager.
Yeah, of course.
Listen, I'll drink an IPA every once in a while. The older I get, the more, it's just too much calories.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So and it just blows you up.
It depends. Like, dude, I had one in.
I love beer.
I had one at the ballpark in Clearwater.
Yeah.
But it's hot out, right? And I'm drinking this heavy.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I ended up switching to the light.
Yeah. T. Will comes in with Corona, Miller Lite, Coors Light as the top one. Stella, Gabriel says Stella.
I like a Stella.
With a beautiful, look at his little boy with the Ireland.
It's nice.
That's nice.
awesome.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, so we celebrate beer today.
Okay.
On the show, like we did yesterday. I'm working on the seeds for the game watching food, and we play what if. So it's a fun kind of day.
It's funny
today.
to the what if thing. Adam Schefter, he was the one that tweeted out the news yesterday that Marcus Mariota signed the 1-year deal with the Eagles. He then put out a quote tweet. Back in the 2015 draft, the Eagles under Chip Kelly desperately tried to trade up in order to select Marcus Mariota. So this wasn't people created a narrative because Chip was the head coach. Adam Schefter, the league reporter, and we know this, but he reminds everyone that the Eagles desperately tried to trade up. Now, my question is, I wonder if Adam would remember just how much they offered at one point. Because 20-1, that's a big jump.
Yeah.
You see the trades to move up 3 spots in the NFL draft. Could you imagine moving up from the 20th pick to the first overall pick to draft a quarterback that a lot of people liked?
Yeah.
I wonder what that compensation looked like if it did happen.
I know.
And then if you're Tennessee, you're probably looking back at it and going, that would have been nice, having like 4 future first-round picks.
Yeah, I know. Could you imagine if that would have happened? That would have destroyed the franchise. You know that? Just completely destroyed the franchise. It's amazing. God forbid, he comes in now and all of a sudden something happens and there he is playing Nick Foles in the Super Bowl. I mean, crazy stuff. This league is wild, isn't it? How about the free agency? It's just wild. It's incredible. What's up, boys? Happy St. Patrick's Day. Look at the Green Phillies, the Green Bird. Look, play the song, brother. That's right. This is awesome. Fun, festive day across the Delaware Valley. You're listening to Cuz Radio with the Tunis right here, 97.5 The Fanatic. Let me tell you about the BetPark Sportsbook app. Yes, we're going through it. So I'll give you some of the picks that Brad liked yesterday during Cuz's Corner. So Brad likes he likes Baylor. He likes St. Mary's. He likes UConn. He liked Fairleigh Dickinson. That line is 23.5. He liked Kentucky. And he liked a lot of the favorites. He liked Florida Atlantic plus the 1.5 against Memphis. And Kent State plus 4.5 against Indiana. So those were some of his plays for today going forward. Did pretty well last night. A couple of them, there was a couple games, but he did. And his other thing is first half unders. So check that out. That's kind of what he talked about yesterday during the Cousins Corner. So some picks for you if you want to have some fun during the tournament today. You got to get the BetParks app, man. And here at the Park Sportsbook, Jameer Nelson's going to be here. There's all kinds of great giveaways like free bets and odds boosts and all kinds of stuff. They do such a great job. All the people, follow BetParks.com and follow BetParks on Twitter. It's so much fun. The guys do a great job with all the content. It's a lot of fun. BetParks.com for all the details. Got to be in PA or New Jersey. You're going to be 21. The gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Mariota's finally an Eagle. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Dilling HVAC. Trust Dilling for service that's second to none. A free heater tune-up for 10% off, free heater tune-up or 10% off water heaters. Learn about their 0% financing offer at DillingHVAC.com. A higher degree of trust and dependability. We had a signing with the Eagles yesterday, an interesting one. They're bringing in Marcus Mariota. Yes, you remember the deal from 2015. Marcus Mariota, finally a member of the Eagles, signs a 1-year deal worth $5 million, can go up to $8 million. So Marcus Mariota will be the backup to Jalen Hurts. Sixers in action tonight. They take on the Hornets in Charlotte. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. You can listen live right here on The Fanatic. Today is day 2 of the first round of the NCAA tournament. A couple of upsets yesterday. Number 13 Furman took down Virginia. Number 15 Princeton takes down number 2 Arizona. Penn State moves on after a beatdown of Texas A&M. They won 76-59. Day 2 starts today at 12:15. USC and Michigan State. This update is also brought to you by Wawa. Wawa's panini flavors are getting even bolder, like buffalo chicken with creamy mac and cheese. Try new bold panini today. Gotta have a Wawa. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Wawa's paninis are getting even bolder, like spicy buffalo chicken paired with creamy mac and cheese, all in a handheld toasty panini. Or the savory garlic pepperoni panini with provolone, pepperoni, and drizzled with a garlic aioli. Or mix it up with tuna salad and your favorite toppings. Fill up on these bold flavors that are sure to be the envy of every lunch. Try a new Wawa panini for lunch today. Gotta have a Wawa. Tonight, we satisfy everyone's cravings because Wawa has it all. After 4 p.m., get the savory French onion burger and loaded fries, topped with your favorites, while your crew sinks their teeth into a crispy chicken sandwich or a tasty snack of garlic knots. And best of all, there's kids' meal options the little ones will love. At Wawa, when the hunger hits, everyone wins, because dinner should be an easy decision. Tonight, we've got cravings covered. Tonight, we Wawa.
Out of all esports, none has a history as rich as Counter-Strike. While the series has been fostering esports since the early 2000s, there hasn't been a new entry in the series since 2010. Fans have regularly requested a major update for the decade-long game, and the rumors have begun to run again. In a recent meeting with graphics company NVIDIA, Counter-Strike 2 was shown in multiple screenshots. Do you think a new game is coming, or is this just another pipe dream?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
With everything going on overseas, there is so much insecurity right now in our country. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. It's one app, it's one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's it. Call Oxford Gold today, and you can ask about additional free bonus opportunities you may be eligible for. 833-899-GOLD. That's 833-899-4653.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
Our mission at Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is to fight to get you more. So far, we've recovered more than $15 billion in compensation for our clients. Injured? You deserve more. More lawyers, more offices, and more support staff nationwide than any other injury law firm. Contact Morgan & Morgan today. Just dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights. Here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods. Here championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to serve our communities. We're here for it all. Here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
It's March, and you know what that means? Taxes are almost due. Jackson Hewitt can help you win tax season. That's the sound of your maximum tax refund. The sound of getting 50% off tax prep. The sound of many of our competitors' prices going up. And the sound of getting to your nearest Jackson Hewitt. Hurry in for 50% off tax prep before this offer expires April 9th. Limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
Get ready, because Scott's is taking over daylight saving time. It's such a big event that we're calling it day-long saving time. And now it's got real savings. In fact, it's the biggest deals of the year. Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action and Easy Seed products today at the Home Depot and Lowe's. Offers available March 9th through 22nd at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact offers.
March Mania is here. Looking for a place to catch all the college hoops action? Check out Duffer's Tavern in Glen Mills and Duffer's Mill in Chichester, where you'll always enjoy great food and friendly service. Plus, $5 Modelo drafts and $5 Corona and Corona Light bottles during every game throughout the tournament. Duffer's Tavern, Glen Mills, and Duffer's Mill in Chichester. Visit them online at dufferspa.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get the power of doing it right. Detailed project proposals, excellent customer service, and trusted professionals who get the job done on time and on budget. The power of experience. We're kings of the scaffolding and pros with the stucco. We've been there, done that. Get your project started at CertaPro.com and get the power of pro.
CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Home improvement contract registration numbers are available at CertaPro.com.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, welcome back. It's 10:51 on this St. Patrick's Day, day of the tournament. You got to love it. Fun stuff. Cuz ready with the tuners. Hey, I got to get my man is here, one of my dear friends, a broadcasting legend, the one, the only, Steve Martorano. Stevie boy.
Gus.
What are you doing?
What up? You know what? When anybody puts legend near my name, the automatic reaction is, who?
No, stop. You are a legend. People in this town know you, love you.
Yeah.
Come on,
all
stop.
Right, that's true. Good. Top of the morning, by the way, to you and
top of the morning to you, laddie.
And the rest of the day, wanted to check in because coming back from the gym, I heard your plans for your son.
Oh, yes.
It made me smile all the way back from the gym. First of all, though, let's be honest. He better be smarter than you and I.
Yeah, he's definitely smarter than me. So you're a pretty intelligent man. So I'll give him the nod over me for sure.
Well, that's good because I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for my acceptance letter from Princeton, which I sent in before the Civil War. And the other thing, as I heard you tell your lovely fatherly wish for your son, I'm reminded of the legendary Al Schweringen from Deadwood. Remember Al, the saloon owner?
Yes, of course.
Al said, "You want to hear God's laugh? Make plans."
Yes. No, I hear you, buddy. I hear you on that. It's just one of those wishes. And so...
listen.
You know what I mean? And I tell him all the time, Daddy, you're going to go to Princeton. Daddy, only because I want him... Like, I told him about Princeton and because he likes the paleontology thing. And so I told him about the Ivy League school, and I want him at least to strive for it. And you know what? He's a big boy. And he's a good football player, so you never know.
Indeed. And the other quote that comes to mind, and I'm going to mangle this, is that your, let's see if I got it right, your reach could exceed your grasp, or what's a heaven for? Go for it.
Oh, I love that. Look, and on St. Patrick's Day, where, some of the great Irish writers and incredible, sayings and poignant, sayings. So that works out perfect. First of all, I got to ask you a couple things. One, because we texted, but we didn't talk. How did you make out over the Super Bowl? Because you are a degenerate Eagles fan, and I know how excited you were going into the game.
Yeah. Well, it's unique in the following. I mean, I'm over it now. It took me a very long time, which, as you know, is not like me. I usually put these things away very quickly because I'm used to disappointment. But this one was very difficult, and it's because I think that as an Eagle fan, it will always be the one that got away. And I don't feel like that about the other two appearances, which they lost Well, the first one they lost because they played a bad game against a team they could have beaten, but they just had a bad day. I think they lost to New England by a field goal that time when we were in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Because of Tom Brady and because they were the New England Patriots. But this one...
And they cheated.
This one was right there. It was right there.
They outplayed them. Stevie, they outplayed them.
They dropped 35 points on that team. That quarterback for Kansas City is, once in a generation. And it was a heavyweight championship fight. They threw bombs back and forth. The last team with the ball scored, and it was the one that got away. So in that sense, I'll never get over it.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Now, do they get back?
Well, listen, how about the job Howie's done? It looks like C.J. Gardner-Johnson is probably going to come back because there's really no market. He's able to do the same thing with Slay, gets him back on a 2-year deal. So you're running back the most important positions.
Well, if he gets Johnson back, I will sleep soundly. Believe me, that guy is really good. Everything else I'm okay with. Yeah, listen. No, we got to give it up. I mean, is there anybody out there that thinks Roseman doesn't know what he's doing at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, so, but it's so hard, it's, and the schedule they're looking at coming up, it's not the schedule they just finished by a long shot.
No, it's a tough schedule. Yeah, without a doubt. It's a tough schedule.
But, I don't think there's anybody, certainly in the division, but the conference, to be right back there.
Listen, we got a great. I think we're on a good run, Stevie. Chudas and I want to pick your brain here on it because the Sixers are playing really well, right?
Yep.
The Phillies are going to be great again. I mean, Trey Turner's going to make that team. So, what do you think about the landscape of 2023, assuming the end of the world, the apocalypse doesn't happen?
Yeah. Well, yeah, if that doesn't happen. Well, I think, youngins out there can look forward to some salad days here. Yeah, the city's got some teams now that everybody knows about the Sixers. Everybody knows about the Phillies. They're gonna be tough. As soon as they sell the Flyers, maybe they'll get back on track. I'm listening. Except for the looming end of the world, as you point out, I'm okay. I feel good about it. Real good.
All right. Well, I need you because you kind of speak into the universe a little bit.
Yeah,
you kind of crossed over, almost like the demigod.
That's me. Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? So
you're out of your mind. Go ahead. What?
So I need you to speak that good stuff into the universe. All right, please.
Yeah. Here's one. The last thing for you. I had one of those chat bots. The artificial intelligence things.
Yes.
Yeah. I had one of those fill out my bracket.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, and it came back. It came back and said, "Save your money. You don't know what you're doing." So,
that's beautiful.
I don't understand anything about that stuff. It's artificial intelligence. That's what they used to say about me all the time.
Judas, we would do this time of the year.
Yeah,
we'd do the brackets, right? And I'm a geek loser. And I got all the bracket. I'm studying. And, this team, the matchup, they can shoot the three. And Stevie would be looking at me going, dude, you're better off just throwing darts.
Yeah, exactly.
Chinoos, listen. How long you been working with him?
5. I'm coming up 5 years now.
Oh, my God. You may have the record. Listen, I always tell people, and I love them to death, of course, but being his partner is like being John Connolly in the limo with Jack Kennedy. Be careful. Here's the deal. Listen, the worst days for me with Anthony. You ready? When the schedule would come out for the Eagles and he would do wins and losses.
W's and L's, man. That's a holiday.
Yeah, if you listen closely, if there's any tapes of those shows with Anthony and I, you'll hear a thud in the background every time he gets to a matchup. That's me hitting my head on the table.
It would take the whole show to go through it, too.
Oh, it's torture.
He hated it. I was like, and now, on a windy day in November the 3rd, at Lincoln Financial Field, The Eagles host the Giants.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, he got to 14-3 last year, Steve.
I picked 14-3 last year, buddy.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well,
I think he was on something, but it worked.
Well, that's why you're going to laugh with him, because he's the clouds are lifted and he's starting to make sense.
My brother, I wish you a happy St. Patrick's Day.
And you too as well, both of you. Continued success. You sound great.
Thanks, brother. We love you, buddy. Thanks,
care,
pal.
guys.
Here he is,
Bye-bye.
the great, legendary Steve Martorano on the Comcast Business Hotline. Special yo. I got a yo.
Because we got a yo.
All right, Cam Camille. Yes.
Soccer legend.
Yes, Cam Camille, son of one Coach Camille. They are driving to Baltimore. Cam has a monster soccer tournament this weekend. So a huge, give him a big giant yo, Cam. Go kill it, buddy boy.
He will.
All right?
He will, man.
He's a stud.
It's one of those remember the names.
Yes.
Not to make his head too big.
Yes. All right. Let's open the vault.
When we began opening this vault nearly 2 hours ago, we had no real idea what we'd find inside. As it turns out, we haven't found very much.
Well, as I'm sure you could guess, yesterday was some NCAA moments. It was all the buzzer beaters in NCAA tournament. Well, not history, not all of them, because there's a lot of them. But today, Ant, I want to do how it sounded with some of these monster upsets. And, thank you to Princeton for adding to that storyline with their 15-2 seed victory over Arizona yesterday. So I'm going to go through these. We're starting in 1991. I want to see how much you can. I know you remember these, but if you could literally paint the picture, because I know you're good at this stuff. So 1991, the 15th seeded Richmond Spiders take down the Orange.
And fittingly, the leading scorer in the ball club, Curtis Blair, goes to the free throw line, where he has been perfect tonight, 6 for 6. You've just seen history. And the darlings of America from 3 years ago, the Richmond Spiders, rekindle their love affair.
Wow.
Crazy.
I remember that. I remember that game.
Now, it's funny, as we get closer to today's date, you start expecting one of these almost. But back then, a 15 seed taking down a 2 seed, what was that like?
Oh, it's huge, because remember, at that point, there was no 1 seed that had ever lost.
Right.
So that was a big deal.
It's huge.
1993,
2 years later, Santa Clara over Arizona. Arizona will be in here.
That's what, right. That's how they became chokers.
Yeah, started then.
It did.
It hasn't gone away, man.
And that was Lute Olson. Remember Lute Olson?
No. Well, I'll hear it now.
As it's a 3-point game. He needs to take a deep breath. He's going to remember this shot for the rest of his life. Put it right over the front of the rim.
Missed it. Rebound Stoudemire. Arizona's got a chance. Stoudemire. No. Tipped out. Santa Clara wins. So for Larry Farmer, I'm Mike Gorman saying so long from the John M. Huntsman Center, where the final score was Santa Clara 64, Arizona 61.
That's awesome. Stoudemire.
Yeah.
How about it?
Yeah.
All right, 4 years later, 1997, Coppin State. It's great. Over South Carolina.
I remember Coppin State.
South Carolina took a 3-point lead, but Coppin, give him credit for hanging tough here. Reggie Welch can't convert. Brockington the loose ball to Kareem Lewis for the lay-in. Then Danny Singletary gets the floater in the lane. He had 22 points. Coppin up 3. Lewis to Fred Warwick. The hoop and the foul. A shocked group of Gamecocks fell down 8. And Coppin State, as we told you, wins it by 13, the third time The 15 has ever knocked out the 2.
Wow.
Crazy.
Is that nuts?
Coppin State. Yeah, so the third time we've played the first three. Richmond, Santa Clara, and Coppin State. And then 2012, this is a great story. Lehigh.
Yeah, that was the best.
And Coach Camille's listening right now.
Yeah, that
taking
was great.
down his Duke Blue Devils.
Inbound at McCollum, fouled with 0.4 seconds to go.
Oh, it's been some kind of day so far, hasn't it, Jim?
It's
My
incredible.
goodness.
Well, this one right here is.
Yeah, this is a.
It's like I said, it's one thing, the 15 over 2. It hadn't happened in 11 years. But then you factor in that it's Duke on the losing end. And what you have here, folks, one of the all-time shockers. Lehigh defeats Duke in the NCAA basketball tournament. What do you think it's like right now in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania?
Tearing it up.
How about that?
Love
In the house and celebrating like they haven't celebrated before.
McCollum.
Cuz that was amazing.
I'm sure it was.
We were freaking out, man. CJ, what a great play. And you know what? You know what's funny is that when he left Portland and became the top guy, like he works well with Ingram, like he's become such a
He's had a good career,
terrific
man.
ball player, man. He is. Always liked him.
Now, this one was fun. Everybody loved this one, including yours truly. I was a freshman in college. You had Dunk City, Florida Gulf Coast.
Florida Gulf Coast.
Against Georgetown.
In his second season, head coach Andy Enfield has put up a remarkable display against the Big East 2-seed Georgetown Hoyas.
So I'll tell you, Georgetown, known for stingy defense. You can't take anything away from them for most of the year. First in field goal percentage in the Big East. They did a terrific job, second in points allowed, but they allowed Florida Gulf Coast to put up 78 points on them, and that's highly unusual.
Well, their first win of the season was against the Miami Hurricane, and maybe their biggest win of the season comes in the NCAA tournament.
And it was a rout.
Yeah.
They beat him up.
Yeah, man. That was unbelievable. Dunk City was incredible.
I mean, they're still brought up.
Yeah.
Right? You know, that was a lot of fun. 3 years later, Middle Tennessee State.
Yeah.
Over Michigan State. Oh, my God.
Middle Tennessee has hit their last 5 free throws. Michigan State, Smitty, has a 1 or a 2 seed. 7-0 record in opening round games. They were the team that took care of business when they had that high seed. Not this year. Middle Tennessee will match up against Syracuse, the Midwest region. And by the way,
Middle
Michigan State
Tennessee
never led in this game. Middle Tennessee's had the lead the whole way. That's it. The Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee, a 15 seed, has won it. And they are moving on.
How about it?
They never trailed.
Yeah, nuts.
Like, that's crazy. And then, of course, this one was history. A couple of years after that, for the first time, a 16 seed. UMBC over Virginia.
The NCAA tournament
again
has been turned upside down.
How about that?
What a shot clock violation. What a
I love the
mistake.
buzzer. Like,
That smile on Ryan, boy. How about this? How gratifying.
How improbable, how amazing. The superlatives, you can't come up with enough. Absolute. Incredible performance. Shock and awe in college basketball. UMBC makes history in Charlotte.
So UMBC, if you could hear it, took over Virginia in that one in 2018. Then now look at this, back-to-back-to-back years, major upsets. 2021, that Oral Roberts over Ohio State.
And that's kind of what I think people fought down here for Duke.
Yeah.
Right? Oral Roberts, having that history of slaying dragons, but not this year. Back then, yes, let's hear it.
Some driving lanes here for Walker and or Washington, but
Watch the dribble handoff for Washington, who's so good at coming off that and knocking down the three.
Ohio State has no timeouts remaining. 8 seconds left. They trail by 3. Orange. The jumper doesn't go off the window. Knocked to the outside. Washington off the mark, and it's over. It's March. Expect the unexpected. Otto Roberts has pulled off the upset. 75-72. The 15th seed in the South is moving on.
That's a good call. It's March.
That's
Expect
a great
the
call.
unexpected.
Yeah, man.
That was nice.
Yeah.
1 year later, last year this was fun. Now, remember, I was in the hospital last year waiting for Coop, so I got to watch. I was locked in on these games.
Yeah.
St. Peter's taking down Kentucky.
Wheeler, drive, stumble, dish, Washington fires! Nope. Overtime. Brooks hands it for Lee. Bounce, Nadefo.
Oh, pretty.
Gives it up, Drame with the deuce. St. Peter's up by 5. 3. Oh. Good! Tie, Washington! Wheeler gives it up. Brooks, the jumper. No good! You can feel the madness! St. Peter's pulls off the upset.
How about that?
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
I remember,
that was awesome.
Christy was heavily medicated at the time. And I just remember going, watch this, look, the 15th seed, the 5th. She's just okay, whatever you say, honey.
They don't care.
No.
It's funny. If you're not into the tournament,
No.
it could be anybody, right?
Right.
They go, okay. It's funny because the NCAA tournament for, sports people like us, right? We love it. We just watch the games, the
Yes.
whole thing. But there are a lot of people that just don't go.
They don't care. Yeah.
Like today, as people are, banging the bars at St. Patrick's Day, there's a lot of people go,
oh, there's a game on?
It's college basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And then last one yesterday, Princeton taking down Arizona.
You don't have to jump the three, but get a quick 2 if you can. 15 seconds left. Rainey, long ball. That's not it. Air ball. That's not it. Ballo tries to keep it alive. Free shot. No good. Princeton's going to keep win this shot. Princeton's going to keep dancing. Wow. Awoma fouled on the rebound. Some of the Arizona players beside themselves. Ramey, who took that shot, just got off his knees. Tubelis walking up the court with his hands on his hips. There's the big one.
There it is.
I love it. It is great. It is great. It is the tournament. The essence of the tournament is the first and second round upsets, right? Like who going to the Sweet 16. And it's funny because I'm sure it's because of brackets, but the first weekend is so much buzz, and then it starts to dwindle to really kind of the hardcore hoop people.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But it's a blast, man. So day 2 of the tournament is going to begin soon. We'll come back. We'll open up the phone lines. We got to do Mike Garofalo from the NFL Network is going to join us as well to give us even more update, the wildness of free agency. So that's coming up, and we'll talk to Mikey G. We'll talk to you guys. We'll have some fun. It's St. Patrick's Day 2023, the tournament. Lots of fun. Cuz Radio with the tunest 97.5 The Fanatic. Now let's talk about Meineke. Meineke, as you covered this winter, with a semi-synthetic oil change starting at $29.95. They have full synthetic oil changes starting at $59.95, up to 5-quart standard filter plus disposal fees. Listen, when it comes to your car's health and maintenance, please get to know Meineke again. Meineke, they've been at it over 50 years of service and trust, and especially now when we got to take care of our vehicles with all the stuff going on. Meineke is the place. And right now, when you go to your local Meineke, you can save $10 when you spend $50. You can save $20 when you spend $150, and you could save $50 when you spend $400 or more. Bad brakes got you breaking your personal swear jar record? Well, do yourself a favor. Give your brakes and your budget a break. 50% off brake pads and shoes at your local Meineke Car Care Center. All right, and did you know that all Meineke's are locally owned and operated? Find out more information about your local Meineke Service Center or schedule your service appointment today. Go to Meineke.com. Meineke for tires and brakes and batteries and exhausts. Meineke, doing car care right.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Mariota is an Eagle. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. You may not always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose Bradford White. Back in 2015, we all knew about it. Do the deal. And, of course, the Eagles trying to trade up for Marcus Mariota. That didn't happen, but here we are now. 8 years later, Marcus Mariota signs a one-year deal worth $5 million, up to $8 million. As the backup to Jalen Hurts. So the offseason continues in the NFL. We'll speak with Mike Garofalo coming up at 12:30. Day 2 of the NCAA tournament. A couple big upsets in day 1. Furman taking down Virginia by 1. The 13th seeded Furman with the victory. And Princeton, you just heard the audio, taking down Arizona. 15th seed Princeton wins 59-55. Penn State moves on to the next round. They took down number 7 Texas A&M 76-59. Sixers back in action tonight. They take on the Hornets. Tip off at 7 o'clock. You can listen live right here on The Fanatic. This update is also brought to you by DBHIDS. When someone gets hurt, we all know who to call. But what about a mental health crisis? The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline offers free confidential support around the clock. Don't hesitate. Call 988. Keep it locked in The Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz, Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic. The Philadelphia Union look to add another W as they head north to take on CF Montreal Saturday at 7:30.
Torres the magician! Carranza finishes it off for his second tonight!
Cue the game on 97.5thefanatic.com and the Fanatic app. Philadelphia Union Soccer has a new home, and it's on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. The Bet Parks app is fun to use. Build around on what you want right from your phone. It's easy to sign up, great customer service, and faster to win than ever before. Download the Bet Parks app today. The Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers.
See website for terms and conditions. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
Parks Casino. This is how you win. The fun never stops at Parks Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Treat yourself to a full weekend of live music and dancing. Get into 360 for the best local bands and live entertainment. Friday, March 17th, St. Patty's Day celebration with Turning the Tide featuring members of Fuel and Breaking Benjamin. Saturday, March 18th, the music continues with the exceptions. Follow on social or at parkscasino.com. Parks Casino. This is how you win. This is how you win. 21 gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
O'Reilly. Count on the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your vehicle and budget. Get maximum cooling system performance for 10 years or 300,000 miles with peak long life universal premixed antifreeze and coolant. Now just $6.99 after mail-in rebate. Limit supply. See store for details. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get ready because Scott's is taking over daylight saving time. It's such a big event that we're calling it day-long saving time. And now it's got real savings. In fact, it's the biggest deals of the year. Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action and Easy Seed products today at the Home Depot and Lowe's. Offers available March 9th through 22nd at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact offers.
Ray Mariota here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh, yeah. Love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
March Mania is here. Looking for a place to catch all the college hoops action? Check out Kite and Key in the Art Museum section of Philadelphia. Enjoy Modelo Draft and Corona bottle specials throughout the tournament. Kite and Key features plenty of outdoor seating and one of the best rotating craft tap lists in the city. Kite and Key, 1836 Callahill Street, Philadelphia. Visit them online at thekiteandkey.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Go to thekiteandkey.com now.
There are many reasons to start recovery. If you know someone who is suffering from addiction, we are always here to help. Make the call at 844-REACH-NJ.
Download the Bet Rivers Casino app today. It's a whole new game. Must be 21 or older. Available in Pennsylvania only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Presented by Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com. The Fanatic app. And now on Odyssey. More of the Anthony Gargano now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, welcome back. We are live at Park Sportsbook, hanging out on a beautiful. Going to be warm today, buddy.
Yeah, it is. It's actually be in the 60s today.
And then I just saw it's going to go down, be cold weekend, and then next week. Next Friday, 75.
Dude.
Next Friday and Saturday, 75.
Is it going to stay like that? That'd be nice.
Who knows, dude?
Well, you're just talking baseball with that guy.
I know.
I got opening day, April 2nd. And I need all the warmth I can get.
Yeah, well.
The wing doesn't move anymore.
Yeah.
So
opening day, you be ready to go. You'll be throwing, man.
Yeah, sure. We'll see.
That's pretty cool.
I saw an interesting tweet from Emmanuel Acho.
Oh, well, let me know. Tell me about it.
So,
about the Mariota thing that we talked
he
about.
played for the Eagles. He does media stuff now. So he tweets this out at 1:30 in the morning. Story time. In 2015, Chip traded future Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles for Sam Bradford, hoping to trade Bradford to the Titans to draft his former Heisman-winning college quarterback Marcus Mariota. Chip told us in a team meeting, Bradford isn't a chess piece. I'm the only chip in the building. The draft came around and rumors circled that Chip was shopping Fletcher Cox, Bradford, and picks for the number 2 overall pick.
So it was Cox,
Bradford, and then they were going to obviously throw picks in there as well. And now 8 years later.
Wow.
And he posted a screenshot from Ian Rappaport, who tweeted this out on April 30th, 2015. The Eagles have offered Sam Bradford as part of their trade package. I'm told it has not been enough. So that was, backed by Ian Rappaport as well.
Wow, man. Fletcher Cox, Sam Bradford.
And then picks, and it still wasn't enough, which, Fletcher Cox, it's a good piece.
Oh, back then?
Right, yeah.
Are you kidding me? Fletch was an incredible player.
So he trades for Sam Bradford to try to flip him pretty much.
Oh, my God. What was that?
I think South Park, but I don't know what he said.
Dude, could you imagine?
I'm not a South Park guy.
Could you imagine if they pull that trade off? So we're playing what if today. That trade would have been, it would have set us back forever. Right? So he goes to Tennessee.
Or you go, what if? Does Chip become Chip?
Nah.
I don't know. Like what? He goes 10-6 with Foles. 27-2.
Okay, so no, I don't remember. Everybody caught up to Chip.
Yes.
So I remember talking to defensive coordinators around the league at that point.
Okay.
And there was a couple of them. Right?
Who?
And well, I'm sure people can think of one, but there are other ones you could probably figure out. And I remember talking about how to stop the offense.
Okay.
Because there were ways to stop that Chip's offense. And remember, what he did was he completely sold his defense out.
Yeah, they were gassed, man.
And that was a big deal. And it wouldn't have worked. I mean, I don't think it would have worked. I mean, again, Mariota was I thought he was a great college player, but he never became an see the whole field thrower.
Yeah, and now he's going to be a career backup, a backup that can win you a few games, and maybe fits well in this system if you need him for a few. Here's the question: Mariota or Minshew?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You know,
one or the other. It doesn't matter. That's amazing, dude.
By the way, Minshew, there was talks about him potentially going to the Colts, meet up with Steichen.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, did it happen? Yeah. I didn't see that it actually happened.
I mean, I didn't really care about Minshew anyway. Yeah. So I actually like the fact that Mariota's here. Because I agree with you that a game or two.
Yeah,
he comes in, he's mobile, the offense it's
works
kind of seamless.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So whatever, All right, let's get to the phone lines. Let's go to where we at. Rel, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Rel.
Uncle Cuz, happy Friday.
Whoa, happy Friday, Rel. What's up, my boy?
Hey, man, I am throwing away all traits of being reasonable. I'm fired up for Mariota, baby, because it's a life lesson. You mentioned it. It's a life lesson. Everything comes full circle, baby, because I wanted to do the deal, and I think the Titans were dumb for not doing the deal. Why wouldn't you do it? They did all of that just to pick Mariota, not develop him, not try to bring him along in any type of factor, and they could have just had all the assets we had.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, by the way, they were fools. They were fools for not doing the deal. That would have set this dude, Rel, we would have gotten set back forever. Like, it would have been misery.
Okay, all right, Uncle Cuz, I disagree with that. Because I feel I'm with Tunis. I think that having Mariota with Chip could have been something, man. Like, I feel as though that was going to be the missing piece. I mean, of course they would have caught up to Chip. I agree with that one too. But I think there would have been like a 2 or 3 year window where we could have made some noise.
I disagree, brother. I don't say it. Mariota, what did he show you? He didn't do anything.
I think that he can see the field. I think he can see the field, and I think he can make all the throws. He was never brought along. Look at Tannehill.
Yeah, I disagree,
bro. The needle. No quarterback for the Titans ever moved the needle since McNair. So I think it's just.
No, I don't think. I think you got to, sometimes you blame the coach at times, but the player, I didn't see anything from him.
And I know, because I feel like he's been held back. Of course, he's not going to come here and blow, Hurts out the water. I'm not going to say that. But I think he's in a good system now that they'll buy him a couple more years.
Nah, I'm sorry, buddy. Listen, as a game or two, whatever, you get someone has to back it up,
A good patch started. Yeah. And let's play a little what if, Uncle Cuz.
Yes, buddy.
What if the Sixers win the lottery and end up with Wiggins?
Oh, my God. That would have been another disaster.
Exactly.
And I wanted Wiggins. We all wanted Wiggins because he was
thought it was going to be a fit.
Right, like you want to build the team around the wing player, and Wiggins was the wing player.
And I think at the end, I wanted Wiggins. I felt like there was a small bit of an Iguodala factor there too.
Yeah,
but I did want him.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted him over the unknown Embiid at the time.
Well, yeah, listen, we all thought wing player over big, right? Because especially with Joe, and then when Joe, it was amazing, the blessing of Joe, and when he gets hurt, it changes the whole draft. And it's amazing because Jabari Parker still goes to Milwaukee. How nuts is that? That Milwaukee was did not get crushed after taking Jabari Parker.
Yeah, and they was comparing Jabari Parker to like a Melo type of player, so they thought it was going to work out for him.
Yeah.
So
it's wild.
It's funny how things come full circle, Uncle Cuz.
Yeah,
hey,
you're right on, baby.
Happy Friday, man.
Happy Friday to you, pal. Thanks, buddy.
I'll go with another lottery. What if the Sixers didn't get Simmons?
And what, choke Tatum?
No,
not Tatum. Ingram.
Yeah. I know, but we wouldn't have gone through all of that.
Yeah.
Like all that nonsense.
Yeah.
And before he went cuckoo.
Yeah.
Like all the
That was
how much did we talk about Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
Every day.
No, but listen, he was the
polarizing
every
figure, man.
team would have taken Simmons.
Yeah, I know.
Every team.
So if they don't win that lottery, they're second. They're taking
the
Ingram.
Fultz Tatum thing is interesting.
Yeah.
Because what would have happened if somehow? Now, I think Boston was all along
going to take Tatum.
Right. But if something happens and they didn't take,
Yeah. Well.
Go back to
It's a wrap.
the Paul Pierce, Mo Pete.
Oh.
Iverson and Pierce.
Nice
Pierce,
combo.
Ratliff, McKee, the whole thing. Is that team a title team? Could they somehow dethrone the Lakers?
I don't think they
now
beat
Kobe,
the
Shaq,
Lakers.
you're not.
Yeah.
But at some point they could have maybe broken through. You get another play, you get lucky, you get
another
a big
player.
3.
Yeah. Look, they win another game that series.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot more fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they would have gotten back. That's the big thing. Like, they may not have beaten the Lakers in 2001, but I don't think that would have been it. They would have kept going.
Yeah.
Deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
I know. The what-if game's wild.
It is wild. We got one on Twitter. And this is always one that comes up when this kind of conversation happens, was the coin flip of Patrick Kane and JVR. That was from Jeremy.
Oh, my God.
Magic of Patrick.
He's still a great player.
He is. Imagine if Patrick Kane's on the Flyers.
Oh, my God. With Giroux?
Yeah. They brought JVR back.
Horrible. Horrible. Sell the Flyers. Sell them, please. Liberate the Flyers. Libertad. Chris, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Chris.
What's going on, cousin Tunin?
How are you, Chris?
I'm good, man. Have a good week as you two down in Clearwater and then back for March Madness.
Yeah, it's
Good.
been a fun week, pal.
Oh, man. How about that Virginia game, though? He had a timeout, too. And he just
Can you
tucked the ball
believe
out.
that? I mean, I still can't believe that possession.
One time,
You
let's
know.
just call it a timeout. But I love the Eagles, how he did, bringing back Bradbury and Slay. You don't have to really worry about corner now in the draft, so it gives you more flexibility. Think you wait at 10, see if Carter falls to you. If not, I think you trade back. And a guy I like is Branch to fill the slot for S.
Yeah, I agree. I like him. I do. You know what? I like him.
I had a what-if point. It's kind of the same thing with Embiid. I think if he plays in that tournament, I think he goes number one because he was the catalyst of that Kansas team, not Wiggins that year.
Well, listen, he was a freak talent. Wiggins was the more polished player, if you remember. I mean, Wiggins was a great player. He was a polished player, but Embiid was the freakish talent. Like when the Embiid thing was upside, and what was he going to be upside?
Yeah, he showed it. I think the tournaments, when those high upside players kind of really show out too.
Yeah, I honestly, Wiggins at that point was, if you remember, everybody in the league, he was a polished wing, and remember the transition of the wing player had already begun, where you're always going to build around that guy, LeBron. Starting from Jordan, right?
Yeah,
like that face the basket three. That's why it just always seemed easier to build around, the 2-3, like that wing player.
It's a lot easier to fill out the team, when you have that wing player.
But to your point, though, if he doesn't get hurt, who knows? Because we would have been, kicking ourselves, right? Because he goes one.
Yeah, we'd have been stuck with Wiggins and Jabari Parker.
Right. Oh, my God. No problem. And now, the odds have flipped with Joel as the MVP.
Yeah, I know. MVP. You probably stuck with Ben Simmons, too.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
Man, we're not where we are right now.
I know.
Man. But,
good stuff, brother.
Thanks,
Good
man.
stuff.
Good talking to you.
Thanks, pal. How wild is that?
Dude, I mean, there's a lot, especially with the Sixers because of the process.
Yeah.
Right, and there's so many. You know, I try to think like what free agents were the Sixers in on that they didn't get.
Yeah.
Or what if they never did the process? It would have been another year of all those guys. There's so much with the Sixers.
Yeah, so much.
You know, Phillies. You go, what if they didn't hire Dombrowski?
Oh my God! Right?
Nothing. Last year never happened.
Let me get Pet Shop Eddie up here. Pet Shop Eddie.
Yo, bro. Hey, sorry, man. I'm up at the sports book here. It's like 8:30 in the morning up here, and I got a bunch of buddies out for my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah. It's typically not a great birthday to have because the pubs are so packed with amateur hour. But I'm going to indulge today, and I'm up here at the book, for a full day of March Madness and all that kind of stuff. Real quick, though, I wanted to say Steve Martorano. Because I listened to you back when I love Steve. He definitely is a legend. He is so quick-witted. He made me laugh out loud so many times. He came up with chronic Eagles fatigue, which I had used for many years. Yeah, I love Steve-O.
Yeah.
Quick, I don't have a whole lot in terms of sports, but it's just so funny how similar you and I are in taste. But I did have one discrepancy, but like you were talking about the beers, and January through today is like perfect for Guinness because I don't really love it either, and it's real heavy as we get older. It's just so funny how we are. Because for wings, just a little dab of blue cheese makes that wing sauce get so much better with the taste, and so that's the one thing I disagree with you from yesterday. But you guys have such a great show, and
I love it.
Your topics, from sports to the fun snacks to beers, you guys are the greatest show going. And, again, I don't have a bunch of sports stuff because I'm up at the book with all my buddies. So
brother, please.
Say I love you guys.
Oh, my God. Eddie, listen, we go back a long ways, and we love you, man.
We do, brother.
Seriously, have a wonderful birthday, okay?
Will do, and I'll be listening to you guys on YouTube and as always. And Tunis, you the man. Tunis, play the song.
Play it. There it is. Good job, Eddie.
Good day for a birthday. St. Patty's Day and day 2 of the tournament.
You want to party on?
Oh my God,
that is a party on.
It's amazing.
So the worst day. Right? With the worst what if would have been Mariota, right? Of all the what ifs, they make that trade, there is no Super Bowl. And if there's no Super Bowl, that's it. We're still a hard-hearted town.
Yeah, that might be it.
That has to be the worst what if ever. It wipes away the Super Bowl. I can't come up with a scenario where they would win. Everybody called up the Chip. He wasn't a good coach. You saw when he went to San Francisco, he wasn't a good coach.
Yeah. I could say with all those events, right? What if Howie said, "Screw this, I'm out"? He could have.
Oh, here's the other reason why. If Chip is extended, Howie is out.
Howie's gone. Yeah.
Howie's completely out.
Howie's winning with Cleveland.
The only reason why Howie's still there is that there was a sort of, hey, man, maybe you should wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right? Because listen, the stories are endless of the Chip Kelly time.
Yeah.
Blowing off the Christmas party. Jeffrey Lurie took a lot of pride in his company Christmas party.
Yeah, and he blows it off.
And he blew it off.
Our man Matty Menard back at the studio says, what if Bridgewater never blew out his knee? Remember, they trade Bradford to the Vikings, which then gets Carson Wentz the rookie season of experience, and then year 2 they go 13-3 or 12-1 with him.
I still think he winds up playing. It's a what if.
What, rookie? You think he plays over Bradford?
I think he winds up at some point getting in the games. And he would have taken the job over. Howie loved him, so.
Oh, yeah.
But listen, it's a good what if. It does change your draft.
Yeah.
Right? T. Will, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. T. Will.
Yo, cuz. Yo, Tunis. What's happening?
What's up, T. Will?
Big game tonight, huh?
What do you think, man?
Listen, I think the now favored MVP is going to go down to Charlotte, take care of business. I like to see. I like that Milwaukee lost last night, so that keeps the Sixers right there. They got to keep winning. I said last week that on the podcast they got to sweep this week. This is a sweepable week, so they're coming down to the stretch to the end of this week, and they got to sweep this week to be right there to get Milwaukee and overcome Boston. So. Just go down and handle business. That's all you need. And you don't have to do anything flashy. Charlotte's banged up, and they're not playing well right now. So just go down, handle business, get them out of the third quarter, and let's wrap it up.
Yeah. I'm with you, and I want it more for. It's good for Milwaukee, but I want it really for Boston because I think Boston. It's just imperative to have home court against Boston.
Yeah,
I think we could beat that. I think Sixers can beat them with 4 games at Wells Fargo.
Yeah, it's an easier path just to shoot for the one that's right in front of you, and Boston's right in front of us right now. So let's get that, situated, and then look to the next one. But Ant, I like VCU today, and I'm telling you, man, them guys are dogs. I don't think St. Mary's is coming out of that one.
All right, well, okay, we'll see.
We don't put that one down, and I like Baylor and Xavier big. Xavier's tough this year.
Yeah, I like Baylor. I think Baylor's a good team.
So, all right, you guys enjoy it, man.
Oh my God, dude! Listen, this is going to be a fun day. What's your plan for it? Are you going to be able to sneak out of work?
Oh, actually, it's funny. I actually had a day off for today just to go down and watch hoops all day.
You did?
You're
a genius.
Wait a minute. I actually came in. I came into work, and because I wasn't really fond of the afternoon games too much, and I said, you know what, I'll get done by 2 o'clock and still have plenty of time for the rest of the day to lock in.
I like it, buddy. That's good stuff, man. Enjoy it. So, it's going to be a blast. All right. I want the home court, too. I'm like T. Will. Don't you want home court?
Of course.
But just to get, listen, I'm not greedy. Do I want one? Yeah, fine. But I think the Sixers can beat Milwaukee with Milwaukee having home court. I just think they match up.
Yeah, and you want home court against Boston.
I just want Boston. I need home court again. Tunis, look at me.
No, too scared.
I need it, Tunis. Look at me.
Nope.
Look at me.
Too scared. No, you freaked me out, man.
I need it, man. I need home court. I need home court. All right, 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. I got some of these seeds I want to throw by you, too.
Okay, sounds good.
And then the beers, the best beers, all right? Yep. Listen, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, we're drinking.
You got to go ode the beer.
Drink up, man.
Right? It is. It's a beautiful. Beer is a great creation. Let me tell you about, speaking of fun, Royal Billiard and Recreation. That's fun. The new Royal Billiard showroom is open, 515 Bethlehem Pike in Colmar. All right, amazing. Showroom's ridiculous, big, it's awesome. Pool tables, shuffleboard, ping pong, foosball, skee ball, darts, poker tables. I mean, you name it. They got everything at Royal Billiard, everything to make memories, your family, the joy with your neighbors, and everybody's hanging out, man. Those things, like, see all the skee ball and the darts and the poker tables, all that stuff. It's just fun stuff that brings people together. And when you're together, you make memories. And that's where Royal Billiard comes into play. They're celebrating 40 years as the top in the industry, all right? And they got some great in-home bars that are available. You got to check out, all right? Royal Billiard, the showroom's on Bethlehem Pike, Colmar, PA, royalbilliard.com. Royal Billiard and Recreation, the Delaware Valley's ultimate game room store since 1982.
Fanatic Sports Up updates.
Eagles sign a quarterback. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by the Parks Sportsbook and Casino on Street Road. Watch all the action all tournament long with the Cuz, John Kincaid, and Ricky Bowe, and then place your bets on the Bet Parks app or at Parks Sportsbook and Casino in Bensalem. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Eagles sign a backup quarterback to Jalen Hurts, and that is Marcus Mariota. Yes, the quarterback that the Eagles tried trading up for in 2015. 8 years later, now a member of the Eagles to back up Jalen Hurts. They signed him to a one-year deal, $5 million up to $8 million. The Sixers back in action tonight. They travel to Charlotte, take on the Hornets. Tip off at 7 o'clock. You can listen live right here on The Fanatic, and it is day 2 of the NCAA tournament. Some upsets yesterday. The first one, number 13 Furman taking down the 4 seed Virginia. Princeton goes and beats Arizona. 15th seed Princeton takes down number 2 Arizona. Penn State moves on. The 10th seed beats Texas A&M 76-59. Day 2 starts today 12:15. Michigan State 7th seed takes on USC. This update is also brought to you by Wawa. Wawa's panini flavors are getting even bolder, like buffalo chicken with creamy mac and cheese. Try a new bold panini today. Gotta have a Wawa. Keep it locked here in The Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Have you heard about the new ED treatment that's sending shockwaves through the medical community? Focused Shockwave Therapy from Forge Medical Group uses pulses of energy that travel faster than the speed of sound to penetrate deep inside your body and activate the growth of new blood vessels and tissue on a cellular level. It's safe, simple, and painless, with no drugs, no surgery, no injections, and no side effects. Forge Medical Group, Philadelphia's leading provider of ED treatments since 2018, will create a custom treatment program that combines focused shockwave therapy with acoustic wave therapy for proven, long-lasting results for as little as $300 a session. Guys, thanks to focused shockwave therapy from Forge Medical Group, you don't have to suffer from erectile dysfunction any longer. And neither does your partner. Appointments fill up fast, so call Forge Medical Group now at 610-632-8181 or visit forgemedicalgroup.com. That's forgemedicalgroup.com.
I'm ready to hit the gym. We need to get in shape for summer.
So does our HVAC system.
Yeah, winter was so mild this year. Our HVAC system definitely didn't get its usual workout.
But cooling down the house in the summer, that takes some heavy lifting.
Bryant will do whatever it takes to get your AC ready for summer, from system tune-ups to 0% financing on a new home comfort system. Act now to take advantage of federal, state, and local rebates. Find your local Bryant dealer at nopaybryant.com.
Bryant.
Whatever it takes.
Clap your hands, stomp your feet, and wave your pennants for the 76ers Heritage NFT collection. Each 76ers Heritage NFT will be authenticated in partnership with Crypto.com. Complete your Heritage collection and unlock a historic physical piece of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point court and win custom-designed 76er merchandise to rep the city. All 76ers Heritage collection NFTs are eligible for resale on the Crypto.com NFT marketplace. To learn more about this collection or when the next drop is, visit Sixers.com/NFT.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker upper.
Guys, fellas, men, are you Roman ready for the weekend? Right now, generic Viagra, aka Sildenafil, is just $4 per dose at Roman. Just complete a free online visit with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. If medication is appropriate, Roman sends what you need in discreet packaging with free 2-day shipping. Generic Viagra from $4 at Roman. Go to ro.co/Viagra. Do it today and get 20% off your entire first order. That's ro.co/Viagra.
Hey, baseball fans. Are you looking for a car that hits it out of the park? Visit Infinity of Westchester and Infinity of Ardmore, part of the Busch Auto Group, for an unbeatable selection of the latest Infinity models. The Busch Auto Group has a wide selection of over 500 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. And that's not all. We'll save you over $3,000 in bonus value to help drive down the cost of vehicle ownership. Don't strike out on this opportunity. Visit Infinity of Westchester or Infinity of Ardmore today, or visit us online at bushautogroup.com.
Hey, it's Ricky Bowe, and I want you to grab the guys, cut out of work, and meet me at the beautiful Parks Sportsbook in Bensalem. It's Parks Madness. Watch all the tournament action live at Parks Sportsbook and Casino, the Fanatic's official home for the entire tournament. And download your Parks Sportsbook app now for awesome live in-game betting. So join me, John Kincaid, and the Cuz as we hang out all tournament long at the #1 sportsbook, the Parks Sportsbook in Bensalem. It's the Fanatic's Parks Madness. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Boo! Why are you booing? Fuck up, Tunis. You're running for your life. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Fuck up, Tunis.
Good job, Maddie.
Fuck up, Tunis. Where did that come from?
You want to say something else?
Oh, my God. That's crazy. Yeah, dude, I got to tell you, it's, how funny is this whole thing? I mean, not for nothing, right? Just a completely great day today. It's the tournament, and you're worried about the song.
Stinks.
It doesn't stink. It's a great song.
It's terrible, man.
Mike from Delran. Get over here, Mike. So Mike from Delran is one of our fine listeners.
I love Mike.
All right, we do. We love Mike from Delran. He's a great guy. Mike.
What's up, guys?
One shining moment. Now, to me, if you don't like one shining moment, you have no soul.
Right. I agree. Yeah, choose
Right,
the
right.
game.
I got no soul then, I guess.
Too young.
I mean, like, this is what it is. Like, you know, like, you understand it's the best moments of the tournament, it's the high emotional stuff. Like, what's wrong with one shining moment?
I like watching the highlights. I just don't need the song.
I think it was a good way to come in.
You know. So, Mike, tell us what you're doing on Sunday.
All right, so on Sunday, there is a stand-up comedy at Helium Comedy Club. My 18-year-old daughter bought a 6-week class for me for Christmas. So me and 11 other people, we're going to do 5 minutes apiece, and then there's a headliner to follow at Helium on Sunday at 4:30. I mean, it's funny, you know, most of the stuff that I'm going to talk about, I really can't say on the radio, you know what I mean? But I talk about family stuff like that. Like most of the people know, I got a lot of kids, right? I got an 18, a 17-year-old, a 5, and a 2-year-old. So anytime me and my wife take the kids out, we look like grandparents from Team Mom, you know what I mean? you know what I mean? And it's tough when you got those kids, you know? You got 4 kids, you got to show them all, like, you know, you got to be there for them. I'm their dad, right? So they're all going to need me in different ways. So to make sure I don't slight any of them, I just ignore all of them the same.
That's
You know
good.
what I mean? Just ignore them. But yeah, it's going to be great, right? People worked really hard for 6 weeks. They taught you how to, you know, just kind of set your stuff up, right? Stage presence, you know, things like that. I've done a lot of public speaking. You know, I call it a radio.
Listen,
so
you got good size.
Yeah.
Good stature. You come walking out. You got confidence.
Right.
You come walking on the stage.
My biggest thing is who cares what they think, right? I'm doing it for my daughter. I'm doing it for me. We'll give it a shot and see what happens. So it'll be fun. It'll be cool. So anybody that's got any free time on Sunday, Helium on Sansom Street, it's $10. You know, you get a couple drinks, take a break from the tournament or whatever, and just hear some laughs, I guess, you know?
All right. So you know what I'm going to ask you to do. Give us something.
So talking about the family, but that's the biggest part, right? And then, you know, trying to how do you run a household of 6, right? Between me and my wife, but we got a good system down, cause like she does all the cooking and cleaning, right? And then I eat and I pee on the toilet seat, so it keeps her busy. You know what I mean? You know, some of the other stuff a little too vulgar for the radio, cause I'm not gonna lie, a lot of cursing going on.
The best is my wife hate the toilet seat because there's 3 of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's 3 boys.
Right. And, you know, not all of us have great aim.
Yeah.
So when you got, like, you know, my oldest daughter's 18, my youngest daughter's 2. So a lot of the times you'll hear me ask her throughout the day, are you drunk or high, or did you poop yourself? You know, and that's pretty much the extent of the questions I get in my house, you know? But, yeah, I appreciate
That's
it,
awesome.
Gus. Yeah, thanks, man. Go Birds.
Go Birds, Mike. Good stuff, man.
That's awesome.
You're going to be awesome.
That's a cool gift.
That is a great
6
gift.
weeks of training, that's nice.
Yeah, that's a. You kidding me? Good job, Mike. That's going to be awesome. Let me ask you. I need a yo, Maddie. Let's get a yo up. So this is pretty cool. I got to give you a yo. We have a yo.
Because we got a yo.
Because we got a yo.
There we go. So Vince Moffitt, Vince, it started FrameX Fitness Training Center for all athletes.
That's cool.
And located Bucks County, but they're everywhere, all across the region, Jersey and South Philly. So FrameX Fitness with Vince, and big fans of the show. And
it's awesome.
So we wish them well. So we like to, as you know, with our yos, we like to celebrate all of our local businesses.
I like that. Yeah.
And today's a good day to celebrate all of our local restaurants and bars.
Oh, definitely,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
So, you know what? In addition to everything you call up, give us this yo for all of your Irish pubs and your local Irish bars.
That sounds good.
Because that's what we should do today.
Yeah, today's a big day for it, man. You going to go shot JMO later, maybe?
I'm in. I'll do whatever you want.
Sounds good.
Are you kidding me? I'll do whatever you want. I'm in. Let me get to where we at. B is in Atlanta. B, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, B.
Ed Tunis, what's going on, man?
What's happening, B? What's going on?
Love your show, man. Love your show. So I get to it real quick. I got the best what-if, and I've been waiting for somebody to talk about this. Usually wouldn't call, but I had to. So, Ed, the year after we win the bowl, right, there's this discussion. Do we keep Foles? Is Foles this good? Whatever, right? If Howie would have traded Wentz, at this time they were saying Wentz is better than Mahomes, right? They were through the roof with Wentz, right? We would have got like 3-1. And do you remember we traded that pick? So envision this. We're going in the draft. Get rid of Wentz. We traded that pick to the Ravens, and they picked Lamar. Lamar slipped all the way to our pick. I was screaming at the TV to pick Lamar, right? So we could have had Lamar, Foles mentoring him for 1 year with like the greatest reward of a quarterback trade ever.
Wow. That's wild, man. That's a wild one. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, but why would you have traded Wentz?
Well, they never would have traded Wentz, but,
I know, but they were, Foles gave us what we always wanted. You had your society,
right.
what do you call it, the Folesian society, right? You had them talking about keep Foles, keep Foles. If Howie would have had the foresight, we would have been sitting there with like 3 number ones in Lamar, and it would have been nuts.
So the only question is, would you have gotten all that in return? Because remember, he's got the ACL.
Yeah, but he was looked at. I mean, you had the president shouting him out there. Wentz was looked at like, what would you say, Pennsylvania and all that? The Wentz.
Yeah, no. Listen, you're right. I mean, he's certainly the toast of the town and the NFL and everything. It's an amazing what if. I mean, look, really. I mean, if you would have taken Foles, traded him for all that stuff, like you're right, you could have drafted Lamar. There's a myriad of things that you could have did. I mean, with all the stuff you would have gotten in return for.
And real quick, and thank you. I just want to give you a flashback for the attorney, right? I'm from Syracuse, so I want you, if you feel like it, touch quickly when I hang up, man. Just on the amazing Syracuse teams with like Coleman, Sherman Douglas, Ronnie Cycli, Bill the Chill Owens. Those
Billy Owens. I love Billy Owens.
Yeah.
How about what's nuts? Boeheim. The Boeheim era over, man. It's just like, wow, man. It
was time, though. It was time.
No,
man.
without a doubt, it was. Yeah, certainly.
Yeah,
certainly.
I was hoping he'd make McNamara the coach, but I like Autry too. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. But man, listen, man. Derek Holm broke my heart when he missed the front end of that 1-and-1, and then Keith Smart didn't hit that corner jumper. I shed tears, and I ripped up my bracket, man. I shed tears.
Jeez, that's awesome. Oh, man,
yeah,
that's
man.
great.
You guys are great, though, man. I'm going to hang up and listen.
Thanks, my brother. Appreciate it, buddy. Take it easy, man. It's good stuff.
I still think of that Johnny Flynn Remember the 6 overtimes?
Yeah,
He played every
buddy.
minute.
Yeah, buddy.
And then in that draft, the T-Wolves drafted Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, brother.
And did not take Steph Curry. How about that for a what-if? Non-Philadelphia related.
Dude, that's a great
They take
one.
2 guards. Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio.
Wow.
And they could have taken Steph.
Wow, that's unbelievable. I mean, think about that for a second. That's ridiculous. I just looked up the all-time Syracuse players. You ready? Melo, number
Melo's
one.
Yep.
Sherman Douglas. Sherman Douglas. You don't know, it's before your time.
Yep.
He was a point guard. He was ridiculous point guard. He was like the Sherman tank. Like that's what they loved him.
Awesome.
Yeah, he was incredible. 3 DC.
DC rhymes with 3.
Who Larry Brown loved Derek Coleman.
Yep.
Because you would walk into Sixers practice and everybody would be practicing and DC would be on the chair reading the paper.
That's awesome.
Being overweight.
It's not awesome, but it's awesome.
Yeah. Jerry McNamara, number 4. Dave Bing, old school, number 5. John Wallace, number 6. Lawrence Moten. You remember him? You might have remember him. No? He was number 7. Ronnie Cycli, number 8. Jason Hart, number 9. This is my main man. Earl the Pearl Washington.
That's awesome.
Pearl Washington, New York City playground star. Dwayne Pearl Washington. Oh, my God. Dwayne Pearl Washington. Amazing. That's Eitan Thomas. You remember Eitan Thomas?
Yes, I do.
He's up there at 12.
Big man.
Hakeem Warwick. Dude, these are awesome. These Qs. I was not a Qs fan.
But they got some good names.
Oh, they got great names. Are you kidding me? They were great. I wasn't a big fan of the Qs, but, Big East, it was incredible.
Is my fellow Lithuanian on there? Routens.
Coming in, number 12. Yes.
Leo's on there.
Andy Routens.
Oh, okay.
Andy Routens. That's right. One of the heroes of the Orange's epic win over UConn in the 2009 Big East tournament. Andy Routens. He drained 282 career threes.
It's impressive.
That's a fine. How about 22? Newman Goretti's own Scoop Jardine.
Wow.
Gotta love that. That's pretty cool, man.
Guessing 5 wasn't on there for basketball.
No, he did not make
the top 50.
No, 5 did not make the top 50. All right. Couple things. One, when we're going to go, what if?
I got a couple good ones on Twitter here.
All right, because I think the calamity of all calamity is Wentz. Is Mariota.
Yeah. Paul Schiffner. Now, this is an interesting one. What if the Eagles did end up drafting Ricky Williams over McNabb? What's that like? Like, what's the Reed era?
Wow.
He's still a hell of a coach. We know this, but
wow, that would have been.
It's a lot of NFC Championship games they go to.
Yeah, man.
And 5, even though he came up small in big games, still for now the best quarterback in franchise history until Hurts surpassed him, hopefully.
No, I mean, without a doubt. That would have been the disaster of all disasters. And here's the other thing, too. What if, because remember how it went, the Browns took Tim Couch, number 1.
What if they took 5?
Now, I will say this. Couch was the number 1 pick. Like, he was the consensus
number 1
overall pick.
Okay.
Everybody thought they would go Couch. And then at second, we were like, who are they taking? Now, it was McNabb, Achilles Smith.
Yep.
It was, who were the other? Culpepper, Cade McNown. That was the list.
And you knew they were going quarterback.
Yeah, well, Andy was a quarterback guy. And then you know what's crazy, though? 4 and 5. Could you remember what happened at 4 and 5?
Mm-mm.
Remember who? Ricky Williams won 5. And he was the second running back taken. Who was the first running back taken?
Of note, or is he just...
great player. And people went, wow, they're taking him over Ricky Williams. And he was the way better player.
Who? Not like Eddie George.
Hank Payton.
Oh, Edgerrin James.
Edgerrin James is correct. Edgerrin James, dude, goes 4.
Him and Peyton.
I mean, that was
a good
great
offense. Peyton, Edgerrin James, Marvin Harrison.
And everybody was shocked that the Colts
they went before
go James and not Ricky.
Wow, how about that?
And then number 6, Torrey Holt. Number 7,
It's a good draft.
Champ Bailey.
That's a good draft.
Number 8, the Cardinals stink. They took David Boston. The Lions took Chris Claiborne. Then the Ravens take Chris McAllister.
It's all right.
Vikings go Dante Culpepper. Bears take Cade McNown. So I'm doing I was actually in Platteville, Wisconsin. I was doing a camps of the Cheese League.
Okay.
And there was like 8 NFL teams. And in that same year, I saw Ricky Williams.
Okay.
Now, you remember, the Saints trade their whole draft for Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
That was the year Ditka and Rick puts on a dress with the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Okay.
You remember that?
Yes, I do remember. Yeah, I saw the photos. Yeah.
You heard that whole story. And I'll never forget. So Ricky had a social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget, he's doing a press conference in training camp in Wisconsin. La Crosse is where they trained. And we're all like, there's all national guys. I was working in New York. There was all these national guys, and we're all around them. And he was doing the interview with his helmet on.
Wow.
Because he had anxiety.
Yeah.
And he had his helmet on. It was
interesting.
Yeah, and then Ditka comes over, and of course, he's nuts.
Yeah.
I rode on a golf cart with him that day throughout practice. I hung out with him.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he was a great dude.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, man, I'm married. That's where the whole thing came from. And that's what he kept saying. I married Ricky Williams.
Amazing.
And that's why coaches should never, those kinds of coaches, they didn't realize the draft.
Right.
He traded his whole draft for a running back. Like, that would never happen now.
No, definitely not now.
Went 16 that year to the Titans?
Runyon.
How about that freak?
Wow.
Divine Curse.
How about it? Yeah.
Isn't that awesome? Isn't that incredible?
That's cool.
Oh, my God. All right. Let's go to where we at. Jimmy, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Jimmy.
Yo, cuz.
Is this Jimmy G?
You know it.
My man, Jimmy Garecki. What's going on, the skateboard legend, you?
Man, I'm back because I needed a hard reset after the Super Bowl. I needed a break emotionally, psychologically, physically. I needed everything. After that World Series run and then that and the Union, I had to let go for a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that. It was funny because even I started to get a little bit of angst. I'll never forget after the Boston game, I had great angst. Yeah. And I think it was cumulative. World Series, Union, Birds. It was a great run, but they were tough losses.
They were. It wasn't even heartbreaking though. It was just we just needed to let go for a little bit. And I'd peek in to see the Sixers scores and whatnot, and then finally I said, you know what? Let me tap back in. Now I can turn the radio back on in the morning. I can I can pay a little bit more attention to Sixers and obviously free agency now. So the fun and the joy's coming back. I don't know how you guys didn't get a break from. You had to stay in the eye of the storm the whole time.
Well, listen, that's we're the doctor psychiatrists of sports, right?
Man,
so that's our job.
You
got to be even keel a little bit. Yeah, and we got our reward. We were in Clearwater, so it was
that helped.
That did help.
That looked like you guys were having a blast down there. I got to come down there.
Have you ever been?
I've never been. No.
Dude, you as a 4-for-4 man?
Man,
oh my God!
It looks so fun, but I'm enjoying seeing. I mean, obviously it's just training, but I getting the notifications. I'm like, I don't think I've seen the Phillies lose a game, yet. Looking at every notification that pops up.
Listen, it's going to be a fun year, man. It really is. I look at the Phillies, and they're going to have great balance in the lineup. They got some pitching. It's going to be a fun.
I'm bummed. I'm bummed on the Painter thing because I was looking forward to seeing him. Just hearing like Charlie talk about him last year and how excited he seemed about his potential coming into this season. So I hope that elbow works itself out and we really get.
You will. Listen to me. You will. It'll be. Listen, you're going to see him, and it might actually be a blessing because I think you're going to see him. Come August, September. Getting ready for the playoff push. Mm-hmm. And I think that actually could be even more effective. Because here's the one thing. I'd rather him come up late and not be Strider from last year with the Braves, right? Whose arm right there. Yeah,
I mean, when you look at that offense, too, it's pretty scary, man. That lineup could give the pitcher some real relaxation up on the mound and you give them a lot of stress-free hours. The amount of runs they really could score.
Well,
so.
and to that point, I mean, Castellanos has looked good in the spring. Listen, the last couple of days, he's hit a couple home runs, right? He's patient at the plate. So, I mean, that could be a big deal, too.
Bohm's hitting the ball good, they're saying, too, right? It's like they're talking about him being down in the 2 spot. And, if Schwarber's crushing him in the cleanup spot, and then Bryce comes back, and then you got Hoskins, you got Castellanos, you got Marsh. That's a scary lineup once they're not.
It is.
You don't really get a break. I know everyone's all infatuated with the Padres, but that's just the 4 spot. You got to work through all 9 of these guys. It's like.
No, I agree. I think the Padres are top heavy, but I do like the Phillies. I think like Marsh is at 9 is a good hitter. I think Stott is another one who's a professional hitter. We didn't even talk about JT. I mean, this lineup is legit.
I know, JT, it's a crazy one. I'm excited. I got Mitchell and Ness finally released the St. Patrick's Day Phillies jersey. It's the 1980 one, so I had to get that. So I got that on right now.
Nice.
And, Howie's a real magician, this guy, huh?
He is. He's done an amazing job. That they can come back with their entire secondary, I never thought that would be possible.
The first couple of days, everyone was up in arms. And it's like, all right, they lose Hargrave. They had 4 other guys with 10 sacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like they lose Kaiser and they lose TJ. Well, you got Nakobe Dean. And, Kaiser was like, no one was saying anything about.
Listen, the linebacker is we know that position's devalued. I get it. You want them. But listen, if you come back with your secondary intact, that's all that matters.
CD from Cleveland, this kid's got a lot to prove, man. He's a second-round pick that, is kind of underachieved. So, it's really the same defense coming back, in all honesty. If they can figure out the CJ thing, which they're saying, that's going to be an incentive late in 1-year deal he could come back on. So,
Jimmy Garecki, it's going to be we're going to run it back, buddy. It's bright skies, man. Listen, all right? So make sure you out in L.A. 4-for-4 cheer today, okay?
No, absolutely. Thank you guys for taking my call.
Of course, my brother.
Your good.
We love you, buddy.
Your family are good. I love hearing from you guys, man.
We love you too, buddy. Thanks, my brother.
Reach to the phone. Have a good day, y'all.
You too, buddy. Here he is, Jimmy G. Our buddy Jimmy Garecki checking in. The skateboard legend. Norristown's finest. We'll come back. We still got lots and lots to do today. A lot of fun. I can't believe. Can you believe, Tunis? The games are about to start.
2 minutes away. They had the countdown clock on the TV up there. It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's getting ready to start. All right. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Got some open lines. Mikey Gio as well is going to check in a little bit. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis right here, 97.5 The Fanatic. Hey, let's talk about your home. Are you thinking about a little renovation action? Are you thinking about that? Well, I got news for you. Plan that kitchen of your dreams with Colonial Marble and Granite. They're here to make your dreams come true. Get a fully installed granite countertop for just $14.99. Up to 40 square feet all-in kitchen for $69.99. It includes countertops, cabinetry, sink, and faucet. Colonial offers zero money down, 0% financing for up to 18 months on purchases of $19.99 or more. Stop by an area's showroom. They're going to guide you through your project from selection through installation. Their flagship locations in King of Prussia. You get the nation's largest slab yard, over 55,000 square feet of marble, granite, quartz stones. Give them a call. Set up a free in-home consultation. All right, I love these people. I do. I know them. They are wonderful. The Papadopoulos family, they have beautiful things. I mean, when you're talking about exquisite taste to transform your home, kitchen, bathroom, dining, I mean, they could do it all. All right, if you have some ideas, they try out the visualizers on their website. It's really easy and fun to use. You can actually see your project come to life before making final selections on cabinetry and countertops. So go to colonialmarble.net today and tell them Cuz sent you.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Tournament about to tip off. Commander Sal Tunis, and this update is brought to you by the Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app, where odds, slots, bets, and games all come together in perfect harmony right in your pocket. Download now at betparks.com. Day 2 of the NCAA tournament is about to tip off. USC and Michigan State, 7-10 matchup. So we got that. The next game will be at 12:40 between Xavier and Kennesaw State. It was a wild one yesterday. Princeton, the 15th seed, upsets Arizona 59-55. Furman takes down Virginia, the 13th seeded Furman, 68-67. Penn State moves on. 10-seeded Nittany Lions take down Texas A&M 76-59. Sixers in action tonight when they take on the Hornets. Tip off at 7 o'clock. You can listen live right here on the Fanatic. And the Big Eagles news from yesterday: they signed Marcus Mariota. Yeah, the guy that they tried heavily to trade up for in 2015 is now going to be the backup quarterback to Jalen Hurts on a 5-year deal up to $8 million. 1-year deal, $5 million up to $8 million. This update is also brought to you by Acme. Hey, it's me, food. From when the pros at Acme hand me off to when I'm cleared from your plate, we go through a lot together. I'll keep showing up fresh. Sincerely, food. Sincerely, Acme. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Saltunis, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
This is Brad Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.5 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
76ers have won 6 consecutive games. They're laying 10 at Charlotte today. Total 227 at Spectrum Center. The Hornets have dropped 3 straight. The Flyers are a $1.15 underdog at Wells Fargo Center today against the Buffalo Sabres. They're laying $1.35, 6.5 under the total. At Wells Fargo Center, the Flyers have dropped 4 straight. Penn State blows out Texas A&M 76-59 to advance to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Well, they'll meet the Texas Longhorns Saturday as 5.5-point underdogs, 140.5 the total. Pitt today plus 4.5 against Iowa State at the Greensboro Coliseum. Total 131. Mike Sennett, 97.5 The Fanatic.
This Fanatic Golf Report is brought to you by Butter Valley Golf Course. The PGA Tour and Live Golf continue to battle it out on the course and in the courts. Who'll win out over time? Here's an update. Live has pushed the PGA Tour to increase purses. Players will now play for up to $25 million a week. Live has expanded its schedule from 8 to 14 events, and its top-ranked players will be allowed to play in all 4 majors this year. Live has signed up a few more top players and has procured the CW network to broadcast its events. So on the weekend, which tour will you be watching? For The Fanatic, I'm Mike Rose. It's time to hit the links at Butter Valley Golf Course. Pristine 18-hole course nestled in a rural setting of scenic views and varying elevations. Conveniently located off Route 100, Butter Valley is the ideal course for beginners and seasoned golfers alike, with great rates and an attentive staff. Family owned and operated, Butter Valley is the perfect golf experience to enjoy with friends and family. New to the game, Butter Valley has junior and adult club rentals as well as lessons to get you started. Get set to enjoy 18 holes of perfection by booking your next tee time online at buttervalley.com.
Attention, guys. By now, you should know that when it comes to meal enhancement pills, most of these contain the same ingredients that are repackaged over and over again. Why take the same old when you can perform in the bedroom with confidence at the highest level? That's why Noxitril needs to be on your bedstand. If you thought that the little blue pill works well, wait till you try Noxitril. It's like Viagra on steroids. Thousands of men each week have switched from that prescription blue pill to Noxitril. That's because Noxitril is automatic. No need to worry anymore. When it's time to perform, we've got this. Explosive results you can count on with no side effects, no stuffy nose. We want every man to try Noxitril, so call now and take advantage of our special free bottle offer today. Oh, and as a reminder, please use the Noxitril dose as directed. It's that strong.
Call right now and get your free supply. Call 800-993-1760. That's 800-993-1760. It's like Viagra on steroids. Free bottles available for a limited time only, so call right now. 800-993-1760. That's 800-993-1760.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
If you love the look of a manicured striped lawn, and who doesn't, there's never been a better time to invest in a Gravely zero-turn mower. And if you love dealing with good, honest people, never been a better time to get acquainted with Paul B. Moyer & Sons. They've been providing the weekend DIYers and professional landscapers in the Doylestown area with their power equipment, the parts, and the repairs they need for nearly 100 years. And recently, they opened a new location in Jamison, PA. Shop online at paulbmoyer.com. Tell them the Kincaid sent you.
Here at Dilling Heating and Cooling, we truly understand the need to feel safe and comfortable in your home. We know that when you call us because your heat is out, that is of utmost importance to us. We schedule you right away. Our expert technicians help with services like a free heater tune-up or 10% off on water heaters. Dilling HVAC is also here to help with 0% financing. Since 1955, families have trusted Dilling to help with their heating and cooling needs. Book now at DillingHVAC.com for a higher degree of trust and dependability.
Join Ricky Bowe, John Kincaid, and Anthony Gargano all tournament long at our official home for Parks Madness, Parks Sportsbook and Casino on Street Road. And download the Bet Parks app for the best live in-game action.
Primo Hoagies is throwing a Primo party March 21st. Come to the opening of their 100th location in Sewell, New Jersey, 380 Egg Harbor Road. First 100 customers receive a free Primo-size hoagie and the chance to win free hoagies for a year. Make your day Primo. Remember, it's not just a hoagie. It's a Primo.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Woo! Man, that was tough to turn down.
What'd you turn down?
Buddy, one of the nice guy, one of our listeners. You guys want a beer? I was like, nah, no thanks. Yeah. And all this talk about St. Patrick's Day and beer and basketball games.
Yeah, it is tough. I had enough down in Florida for 6 days too, so
yes,
I'm taking it easy the next couple.
Yeah, no, you did. You did
I imbibed.
Well.
I imbibed. Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, you were. In fact, what day was it? Monday. You were. Was that your best day? One day I could tell you were floating.
Yeah, because we were at the pool. We did the show by the pool.
Yeah.
And so we were done, and we were done the show right at the pool.
Right.
And so what happened? We started ordering. And we had a good crew. You, me, Johnny Brazier, my buddy Jack was there. And, we started imbibing. And they kept coming back to us.
Can you imagine? I mean,
I can imagine. I was there. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, my God. Mike's coming up. It's shortly. I want to try to sneak in a couple of our friends. Let's get Dom up here. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Dom.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
What's up, buddy? How's everything, Dom?
Down there. It's all good, bro. I got to say something to you, though, man.
Yeah.
I've been afraid to call you, and I think you're the guy to talk to about it. Right now, I can see right now why, like, the elder Philadelphia fans have been so hard over the years, right? Because you're saying, what if? For me, what if Jalen didn't fumble in the Super Bowl?
Wait, say it one more time because I got a lot of interference. What if Jalen what?
Doesn't fumble in the Super Bowl. Like,
I know.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I don't wear jerseys. My wife, I allowed her to get me the jersey this year for him because I fell in love with the guy. But if he doesn't fumble and nobody even touched him, unless I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, he fumbled in the direction for their touchdown. We should have been up at halftime, 27-7, something like that. Something
Yeah. Because, you're right. Like, if that ball doesn't slip out of his hands, they're going in and scoring. They're scoring. They're getting at least a field goal.
Even if they only get three. Like, you
I
know
agree.
what I'm saying? Like, instead of being 24-14 on halftime, it could have been 27-7, and then we're not even having this conversation. So for me, it's like he owes me a Super Bowl. Like, I'm not even – I haven't been able to get excited about anything. I usually watch every game back, the highlights, even losses. I haven't been able to look at the Super Bowl, talk about it. I don't even want to talk about a bowl of cereal. I'm hurt. And it's like – and now I see why the Elvis Philadelphia fans are the same way. So for me, that's my biggest what if. And they owe a Super Bowl, man, to be honest with you.
You know what's funny? So when I was a little kid, when I was like a real little kid, there was a lot of talk. The Sixers came out with this thing called "We Owe You One," right?
Yeah.
And it was like, and I remember I was like a real little kid, and then like they just kept going. They were close, and like they were right there, and then they finally won in '83, right? And then ever since then, I feel like the Sixers, right? The Phillies have come through, right? But like we got to get a Sixer title. We got the Flyers. They just got to sell, right? We got to get the Flyers back.
Sixers always won too.
And like everybody, it's like, come on, man. This is the 20s is when we cash in all of it.
The crazy thing is, I think the Sixers and could potentially, but definitely the Eagles and the Phillies could both win this year. We should have won last year. And that whole call in the fourth quarter was, that's the fix was in. I'm going to be honest with you. Don't call that call. Even if it was a hold, you don't call that call.
I agree with you.
Refs, but you got to let them play.
I agree. Listen, I'm with you. Still not over that, man. There's a little bit of that, that just angst that's left over. Like, it's so close. It was like, they outplayed. Mahomes is so good, and they outplayed them.
They were the better team the whole time. It felt like a corny loss. It was one of those, like,
I know.
Won, but come on, man. It was corny, man. But I believe we got the right guys. Howie, even Jalen. Like, I think we got the right guys to get one or maybe even two more. I
agree.
In them. I really do,
I'm with you. Dom, great call, brother. Great call. I'm with you, man. Oh, dude, by the way.
What do we got?
Let me just tell you this, because I was pointing out the seats. We'll do it for Monday, because getting away. I had more people yesterday come up to me between the end of the show and then and on the social media talking about the Buffalo dip.
All right, was it more
No, it's
good?
all you. It's all Team
Told you,
Tunis.
I'm going to make some Monday. I already told you, I'm off Monday.
All Team Tunis.
Yeah, I'm off Monday. I'll bring some in for you on Tuesday. I'll bring you a little cup. I won't bring you
like
too
it
much.
too? Shit, how about this?
I won't bring you too much. I'll bring you a little bowl, and you can heat it up, and then you can try it on the air Tuesday. Deal?
What's in it?
Chicken, hot sauce, cream cheese, which is what you skeeve, but you don't taste the cream cheese. It's all just delicious.
It's the cream cheese, man.
And there's a lot of cheddar cheese. Dude, it's delicious.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'll make a pan for myself.
You do a pan?
Yeah.
Did you bring one? Did you put it in before?
No, that was the.
What did you bring in?
That was the.
You brought something in.
Buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
That's right.
Miss Rhonda wanted some.
Yeah.
So I brought in half a pan.
You know what's funny? That's another like hole in my game.
Yeah, the mac and cheese, you're anti.
I don't do the mac and cheese. People go, they don't understand that. They don't get I know I'm in the.
I rarely have it
in the minority there.
I rarely have it. I obviously had it a lot as a kid. I haven't really had much as an adult, but I do love a nice homemade mac and cheese every once in a while. Sometimes with the breadcrumbs on top.
Oh yeah,
yeah, delicious.
Yeah, people. That's a staple.
And I know there's
you know what's funny. So tonight we get home from Clearwater, right?
Yeah.
I was kind of hungry. We get home, and my wife made dinner, right? And she didn't know what time I was coming home. Whatever. So we get home. I come in. I go, "What's for dinner?" Right? She whatever. She goes, "Oh, like that." She goes, chicken," which I don't. I'm not a chicken man.
You're not a chicken man.
Unless it's a cutlet. I don't really like the chicken. And it was like the, she did the rotisserie chicken.
I love a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah. And then she did the mac and cheese.
Yeah, so and
I was like,
you went to bed hungry that night.
I was like, nah, I'm good.
Mac and cheese is one of those dishes where people go, you haven't tried a good mac and cheese till you try mine. Like everybody's mac and cheese is the best mac and cheese.
Yeah, I'm out. It's weird. It's weird. All right, let's get back to free agency and the talk. And he's been on top of this thing. He's a go-to, man. He's, the best in the country when it comes to the NFL movement from the NFL Network. Mike Garofalo, South Philadelphia's own, on the Comcast Business Hotline. Michael.
What's happening, buddy? How are you, cuz?
Happy St. Patrick's Day, brother.
To you, too, my honorary Irish friend.
There's only 2 Irish hoodlums in here. Actually, there's none between me, you, and Tunis.
There you go.
Let me ask you, because this is pretty wild. The Marcus Mariota stuff has us playing a game of what if. What a wild story about Mariota and how close he came to being an Eagle back in the day.
Yeah, I remember feeling like it was never really. You remember Chip walked into a fan event before the draft, and everybody was chanting to him, "Do the deal, do the deal, do the deal, do it." And I remember him smiling through that one, and I never really got the sense they were ever really close to making that happen. But I guess some things would have gone differently. He may have been an Eagle way back, and who knows what it would have been different. I thought he was going to be better in Atlanta last year. That surprised me. I thought that was really a good spot for him, and something that was going to rekindle him with Arthur Smith. Didn't quite work out, but listen, you can do a lot worse as a backup quarterback than Marcus Mariota for sure.
Yeah, you know what? I feel you on it. Well, I got to ask you, I mean, the job that Howie's done, does it look like CJ is going to come back, that CJ Gardner-Johnson appears ticketed back to the Eagles?
I don't know, man. It's this whole safety market, and I don't think we've still seen the numbers for Jesse Bates, who was the guy who set the pace here. I want to see that deal. For some reason, the full deal has not come out yet, because that one versus the rest of the safety market, Bates supposedly got what he was expected to get. These other guys, they thought they were going to be upwards of $10 million and plus a year. Jordan Poyer, his deal's around 2 years, $12 million, so he's around 6 and change. And some of these other guys who are signing, Juan Thornhill's another safety that thought he was going to get banked. He got a decent deal, but not exactly what he thought he was going to get. All these guys are coming in at $6 million, $7 million per year if they're lucky at this point. So CJ's a guy who thought he was north of $10 million a year, whether it was going to be with the Eagles or with anybody, not getting it. That's why you're seeing some of these, the tweets, the disrespect tweet that he tweeted and then deleted yesterday, because he feels like he's being disrespected, not just by the Eagles, but all teams across the league. But for whatever reason, this safety market has been driven down. Now, you could say he's more than just a safety because he can give you that nickel corner look. And, I think he's just been seriously disappointed at what he thought was going to be out there.
So give us what was the story with Slight, too, with lack of a market? for him? The
No.
the agent. What do you think happened there?
No, I think he wanted to be here. I know he wanted to be here. That's why when it came out that he was, being shopped or given permission to seek a trade, because usually that's the player asking, right? Hey, I want to go look for a trade, and the team grants it. In this case, it was these sides having financial discussions, and the Eagles saying, hey, look, this is not going to work here. You go ahead. You want it? You can go talk to other teams. Go see what you got elsewhere to potentially, seek a trade, and not closing the door on his return. And then when they came back and said, look, it's just, no, nobody's going to trade for me because then they got to give me a contract on top of that. So they'd rather just wait it out and see if I get released. So it got to that point, and then, he loves it there. He was reconsidering at that point, and the Eagles. Now, listen, I'll be honest with you. The earlier in the day, James Palmer was the first one that I really heard, my colleague at NFL Network, Philly area native himself. He was the first. He reached out to me, and he goes, what are you hearing about Slay? I said, well, I think he could wind up in Baltimore, right? And you remember he retweeted one of the Ravens guys saying, hey, today could be a big day for us because they thought they were going to get him. And I said, well, I think he's going to Baltimore. He's like, no, I don't think he's leaving, right? And then I think after that point, Slay had tweeted, who knows, I may wind up back. So I saw somebody sent me that, and I sent it to James, and I was like, bro, we're on to something here. And I spoke to an Eagle source, two Eagle sources, probably around 6 p.m., and they both said he's likely gone. Like, no, I know, we see everything, we've heard everything, but he's likely still going to leave. And then at some point that night, right before Jennifer's tweet, it really became evident that, no, he wanted to be there, and they were going to be able to work something out the next day, which they did. So, look, he was due $17.5 million this upcoming season. The Eagles didn't want to pay that. He wanted an adjustment anyway. It winds up being $23 million guaranteed over 2 years. So they wind up taking some of the money they were owing him this year and pushed it forward over 2 years. So it works for both sides because he gets some guaranteed money in next year, but also the Eagles get to kind of spread this out a little more. So it was a good solution for everybody.
Wow. And then Bradbury, I mean, I got to tell you, how really is a wizard when it comes to that. My God.
Bro, that was a stunner. I thought for sure he was gone, in large part because I truly believe they were going to, at the time, work something out with Slay. And then once Bradbury stayed, I said, okay, well, that means the end of Slay. So I was surprised on the front end, and then I was surprised on the back end. Like, if you had told me 5 days ago or whatever it was, oh, they're going to keep both guys, are you out of your mind? Like, there's just no way, right? So the fact that we went from, oh, okay, we're surprised that Bradbury's here to we're surprised that Slay is still here. Listen, we know where the Eagles put the money. We know what positions Howie Roseman believes should be spent on in this league, the way the NFL is constructed. Linebacker's not one of them. Running back's not one of them. Cornerback is one of them. So to be able to do what he did and keep those guys, especially running Sean Desai's system there, where you really need some good cornerbacks, I think it was really important to get that done, and kudos to them for doing it.
Yeah, I was just floored. I mean, you got if you're Howie, you got to come away with, feeling great about your off season. Mike Garofalo, NFL Network, make sure you got to follow him, man. He's on top of all this news all the time. What do you think the quarterback? I mean, I know, obviously it's going to get done, and we've kind of talked about it a little bit in the past, but all this talk about the guaranteed money and how does the Hurts thing kind of play out?
I could take a little bit of time. I mean, I know they were really trying to get it done as soon as possible. It could take a little bit. He surely feels like I'm an MVP candidate and I should be paid as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Which, when you start to talk about one of, are you talking about a $50 million plus number? I know the Eagles don't want to go there, right? They want to be somewhere in the 40 million plus range, especially because Daniel Jones is at 40, and with his incentives, he's going to earn some of that. So you're talking about 41, 42, 43, really, if you start to think about the average of what that deal is going to wind up being. So if you're Jalen Hurts and his agents, you see that and say, well, for all intents and purposes, let's call it 42, right? How much higher should we be on 42? Now we're pushing 50. And again, I know that that's not a number that the Eagles want to get to. I mean, that's the highest paid quarterback in the league is $50 million per year on Aaron Rodgers. Now, sometimes, depending on who you are, right, guarantees are important. average per year is important. I've long said, once you're a quarterback and you're doing a top-of-the-market deal, I don't necessarily care that much about guarantees. I know that sounds crazy, but let's say you're Joe Burrow and you're doing a deal with the Cincinnati Bengals. You know, like, you have the confidence in yourself. Yeah, anybody could get hurt at any point. I get that. Like, that's a risk you're going to have to take at some point. But if I'm Joe Burrow, I know I'm not going to all of a sudden fall off a cliff. Like, my talent level is not – I'm going to be a good quarterback for a long time. So give me some big numbers, right? Give me $50+ million because I'm gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna earn that. Now, again, if you get hurt, that's always a thing. That's always a risk. But you can put injury guarantees, not full guarantees, in there. So in the case of Jalen Hurts, I know he's confident in himself and believes in himself. I go for the bigger number and punt on the guarantees as much as possible because I know I'm confident. I'm gonna be here for a long time. I'm gonna earn all that money. They're not gonna cut me. I'm going to be a good quarterback in 5 years, better quarterback in my mind. So that's the way I would approach the negotiations, but we'll see what winds up coming of it.
Yeah, no, and your way makes a lot of sense. I guess when you look at it, what'd you think of Penny? Upside, take a shot on some upside. I mean, listen, he can hit the home run when he's healthy.
Yeah, and listen, I like the way when he's healthy, if he's healthy. I like the way he runs. He's got a good style of running. I think he complements Kenny Gainwell and Boston Scott. Listen, I think that these guys have built an offense and an offensive identity. Now, granted, Shane Steichen's not here, but Sirianni is, and don't shake your head at Kevin Patullo sticking around because that's a guy that some folks were interested in as offensive coordinator. So, they've got different backs with different skill sets that they use in different situations. Like Kenny Gainwell, as a inside the tackles, down deep in the red zone guy, he's crazy effective the way they use him down there sometimes. And you wouldn't necessarily think of that. You think of the big, bulky running back. So they've got a way of using different styles of running backs the way that they have. So I think Penny fits in there pretty well at giving them different skill sets and the ability to do different things because, Penny's more of a thicker guy. I think he's upwards of, 215, 220. So, he fits right in. I like that fit.
What'd you think of the rest of the division? I mean, the Cowboys, that was a smart move with Gilmore and the Giants. I mean, I don't believe in Jones, but, Cable's a great coach and you got a couple pieces there.
Yeah, they're coming together. I still don't. I mean, I like Jacoby Brissett, but I still don't know why the Commanders think they're going to get by if Sam Howell's your starting quarterback. I like Sam Howell as a scrappy little guy, maybe a backup in this league for a long time, but I don't know. I feel like they had the chance to address the quarterback position this year, and I think maybe they were a little gun shy after last year and the way that the Wentz trade didn't work out for them. So I'm a little, I'm a little skeptical what's happening there. I think the Giants are making smart decisions now. Paris Campbell coming in at wide receiver. Darren Waller is going to be effective alongside Cody Bellinger, the tight end they had last year that I thought played really well as a rookie. So all of a sudden, they've got some skill position players they're starting to put together. Their offensive linemen are young and going to get better. You hope they continue to grow. They're both of their young tackles. They've got a decent roster coming together, and the Cowboys are going to be good. So, this will be a good division for sure next year. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for me to pick a winner, but I'll enjoy covering the hell out of it during the season when they're going up against each other. Ant.
I feel you, my brother. Listen, as always, it's great catching up. You're killing it. Keep it up, man. And, you're a must follow and a must listen to whenever you're on, must watch. So, Mikey G, we love you, buddy. Thanks, pal.
Thank you, cuz. Appreciate it.
Kiss the girls. See you, buddy.
You got it.
Mike Garofalo, NFL Network on the Comcast Business Hotline. Hoop underway. Michigan State units up early.
Yeah, nice size lead.
Up by
Xavier
9.
just ticked off.
Yes, Xavier and Kennesaw State. I have no idea where Kennesaw State is. Any idea?
No.
Did you know it?
I don't actually.
I didn't know it.
Let's sit here.
I was usually pretty good with something.
Georgia.
In Georgia?
Georgia.
Kennesaw State. All right. 610-632-0975. We'll stack your calls. Also, coming up, Legs. Our Friday chat with Legs. And here's the deal. We got a new favorite on the MVP. We got a big weekend ahead with the Sixers playing some great ball. We'll take a listen to Legs and what he has to say coming up next. He'll tell you about Harden and this team's chances to beat Boston and Milwaukee and get out of the second round. It's Cuz Radio. Tune us on a St. Patrick's Day from the Park Sportsbook. Hanging out, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about the Bagster. Oh, tune us. The Bagster is incredible. The Bagster helps with all of your spring cleanup. And Tunis is a cleanup. You love the cleanup. Let's face it. You're that kind of guy.
Yeah, I like the end too because I look at the house and I'm good. I vacuumed this morning.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. You're good at that, man. He's good. Tunis is great,
and I love throwing things away.
Yeah, you like that.
And sometimes I throw away things, and then I get where did this go? And I go,
Yeah, you're a just toss it, and I'm more of a hoarder, which is not good. That's why we all need the Bagster. All right, so whatever's going on in your house this spring, purge it, get rid of it. Maybe you're doing some remodeling, or maybe it's just to clean up the basement, the attic, and do it with the Bagster, a 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag. It is sold at Home Depot, at Lowe's, local home improvement stores everywhere for just $29.99. Only $29.99 at Home Depot, Lowe's, hardware stores everywhere. All your home improvement stores have the Bagster, and it holds 3,300 pounds of waste, so it can handle any job. All right, the Bagster bag. Here's what happens: you go buy it, you fill it. All right, maybe it's on the weekend, so you're doing your job, right? Whatever you got to do. And it's on demand because when you're done, whenever you're done, it's there waiting for you. You get a hold of Waste Management, they come get it, boom, it's over. Anthony Gargano telling you to clean it up this spring with the Bagster dumpster in a bag.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Day 2 begins. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. You may not always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose Bradford White. Day 2 of the NCAA tournament has tipped off. We have 2 games going on right now, Michigan State and USC. Michigan State leads 26-19. And then, of course, you have Xavier and Kennesaw State. The score is currently 11-5. So that's how you're starting off the NCAA tournament. The next game to tip off will be Baylor and UCSB at 1:30. Eagles signed Marcus Mariota. Yes, that Marcus Mariota to be the backup to Jalen Hurts on a 1-year deal worth $5 million, could go up to $8 million. The Eagles, of course, tried trading up for the quarterback in the 2015 NFL Draft. Crazy. He's now the backup to Jalen Hurts. Sixers in action tonight, taking on the Hornets in Charlotte. That game tips off at 7 o'clock, and you can listen live right here on The Fanatic. This update is also brought to you by Acme. Hey, it's me, Food. From when the pros at Acme hand me off to when I'm cleared from your plate, we go through a lot together. I'll keep showing up fresh. Sincerely, Food. Sincerely, Acme. Keep it locked here in The Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz, Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's Joe Conklin. Bet on sports right now with the BetPark Sportsbook and Casino app. It's the official sportsbook of the diehard Philly sports fans. Safe, secure, and easy to use. It's the only sportsbook and casino app I recommend. Bet pro and college hoops, hockey, golf, MMA, soccer, and more. Join me now. New users bet $10 and get $125 in sports bonus if your first bet wins. Download now and get in on the action. The BetPark Sportsbook and Casino app. Must be 21 and older and present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. New users and winning bets only. Terms and conditions apply. See betparks.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Parks Casino. This is how you win. The fun never stops at Parks Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Treat yourself to a full weekend of live music and dancing. Get into 360 for the best local bands and live entertainment. Friday, March 17th, St. Patty's Day celebration with Turning the Tide featuring members of Fuel and Breaking Benjamin. Saturday, March 18th, the music continues with the exceptions. Follow on social or at parkscasino.com. Parks Casino. This is how you win. This is how you win. 21 gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, are you struggling with erectile dysfunction and sick of the pills? There's a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men and is now available in Philadelphia. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses Wave technology. backed by 50 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call now to schedule a completely free and confidential assessment. You will receive a free blood flow ultrasound and get something unique that produces powerful results in the bedroom in just minutes. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but is free to those that call in the next 2 minutes. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic of Philadelphia now to schedule your completely confidential appointment. 215-302-9999.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale is on with limited quantity deals on top tech. Save on select PCs powered by the latest 12th gen Intel Core processors like thin and light XPS 13 laptops, Inspiron laptops, and 2-in-1s. Plus, get savings on select accessories, free shipping, and monthly payment options with Dell Preferred Account. Save today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Progressive presents an ad from Mom.
Hello? Is it on? Oh, okay. Bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive and get protection round the clock. Round the clock? Does this generation even understand what round the clock means? But I'm just saying, because don't come to me when they ask to do this over, because the kids won't get it.
Get round-the-clock protection when you bundle and save with Progressive. It's easier than getting your mom to make this radio ad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
It's time to spring forward into savings at Barlow Chevy. Right now, you can get up to $750 Conquest and Loyalty Cash when you buy, and up to $500 when you lease any of the following models: the Chevy Blazer, Colorado, Equinox, Malibu, Trax, Traverse, or Trailblazer. We've also have limited time financing deals on all remaining 2022 Silverados in stock. Get 0.9% financing for up to 60 months or 2.9% for 72 months for qualified buyers. Find new roads at Barlow Chevy in Delran or at barlowchevrolet.com.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get
the power of a cut above.
Decades of expertise to transform your home from so-so to virtuoso.
The power of neighborhood painters.
We live where you live and probably like the same pizza place you do. Put
the power of pro
to work for you today. Get your project started at CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Home improvement contractor registration numbers are available at CertaPro.com.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, welcome back. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis. It's NBA time because we're going to have some fun talking NBA with our good friend, Tim Legler. He's going to be coming up any moment now. So, Maddie, give Legs a shout. And we'll talk to Legs. Because, listen, Sixers back in action tonight. Sixers and Hornets in a very winnable game against the Hornets. Boston is at Portland. Remember, Boston beat them up pretty good last week in Boston. So now you got them. Now you got them in Portland. Who knows? Maybe Dame.
Come on, Dame.
Does something, right? Like we could use that. Remember, Boston is sitting at 48-22. And the Sixers are at 46-22. So you're dead even in the loss column. You're playing great basketball. Joel now the favorite in the MVP race. It did flop.
Dude, that was awesome saying that. The way the guy come up to us, he's all fired up. And
Joe minus 130.
Incredible. And it's like last year, but it was the opposite.
Yeah.
Remember last year, and remember we were doing the show. I remember we were on the air. And I was like, whoa, hold on a second. Jokic just jumped up to like minus 260.
Yeah.
What's this
and
all about?
He was like prohibitive favorite.
And Embiid was playing well at that time.
Yes.
It made no sense.
All right, now we got our man. Now it's funny because this man, we just talked to Legs last week about this.
Yep.
About the MVP. It's funny because we were talking about how the MVP, we are like obsessed with it.
Giannis wasn't even close.
And now Joel is the favorite. Legs, how about it? It's flip-flop. Joel's the favorite now.
Hey, man, are you guys going to give me some credit? Because I'm the one that officially went on the record on SVP on Wednesday night, and he's asking me at the end of that show, at the end of that segment, and I said, the tipping point has happened. It's Embiid now. It's his. It's in his hands, and I can only imagine one of three things happening which aren't going to happen. One, they start losing games at a high rate, which won't happen. Two, his production drops off, which isn't going to happen. Or three, he gets hurt. I'm not even sure that was doing it. I think he has pushed himself into the lead, and I think right now it's his to lose. So I think he's going to.
I'm giving you the favorite for shifting it, man. It's your call, man.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you what did it to me. I'm going to tell you what did it. Because I said last week to you, this thing was like literally, going to be a win by a nose finish between the two of them, and I can make a great argument for both of them. I was watching the game on Wednesday night. They're playing the Cavs, and he makes a play in that game defensively where Cedi Osman drove in, and Embiid went block to block, jumped in the air to block it. I mean, he fully committed, full off the ground, fingertips up by the top of the square, trying to block Osman's layup. Instead, Osman wraps the ball around his back to Evan Mobley, who's going to dunk the ball, a 7-footer who's right under the basket, and the shot blocker had already committed to the passer. Well, Embiid lands, turns, spins, goes right back up in the air and meets Evan Mobley, who blocks his dunk at the rim, and then that triggers a layup going the other way. And watching the game, that moment told me, you know what? This is the differentiating factor because, look, Embiid is a better raw scorer than Jokic. Jokic, obviously, a better facilitator, playmaker, offense creator. He's greater at that. So what's the third thing? Impact on the other end of the floor, and there's no comparison. And that play kind of encapsulates for me that why Joel Embiid deserves to win it this year, particularly when their Sixers have had the best record in the league the last 3 months in the NBA. He deserves. They have basically the same number of wins as Denver. Philly's been phenomenal for 3 months. He's playing. He has not let his foot off the gas at all, and he impacts the game on the other end of the floor to that extent. That moment sort of just crystallized it in my mind. It's got to be Embiid.
Listen to that. Chudas! Legs has spoken. I love it. And listen, it's just such a perfect argument. It is the perfect debate. And look, we all know that it's not about the MVP for the Sixers. It's about getting out of the second round and making a run at this thing. But, in the same token, I mean, the dude deserves a ton of credit for how well he's playing. I mean, he's in every game. So, they can't cry about, well, he didn't play only 50-some games because he's going to wind up playing, 67, 68, 69 games.
Well, here's the thing. Listen, I just talked about this morning, and I want to be clear about something. When you start talking about availability and number of games played and how that should affect where you vote, for me, the number has dramatically changed in the NBA. I'm sorry, it just has. Because league-wide, when you take the top couple of guys on every roster, that's 60 players, and you add them all up and average them out, and they're only playing 68, 69 games. That's the number that these guys are playing. So anything for me north of 65, you're in consideration. You can't be less than that for this reason. There are always going to be 3 or 4 other candidates that you could make a great argument for. So if you're going to play 58, 60 games and some guy plays 72 and it's neck and neck, that is going to be a factor then. But that nobody's playing that number anymore. Nobody's playing 78 games, 82 games. These guys are not playing that anymore. So everybody's missing time, usually with injuries, and you get a few load management nights, and everybody's going to be in that roughly that same number. So that's not a factor anymore. In fact, I'll take it a step further. The year Embiid lost Rookie of the Year, I was the one guy at ESPN saying it's a joke that he's not going to win the award. I don't care. He only played, 30-something games that year. It didn't matter to me because the difference between him and the guy that won it, Malcolm Brogdon, that year, you'd have to basically tell me I have to get a basketball lobotomy to say that that's not the most impactful rookie in the league,
That's right.
despite the fact he played 31 games. It was
right.
so clear-cut that I didn't care about the number of games. It's not that way with the MVP. If you start talking about big differences in games played, because there's going to be great arguments to be made for 3 or 4 different people. For that year, for Rookie of the Year, there was only one argument, one person, and people thought, oh, he didn't play enough. He can't win it. Well, to me, it's far. And you're filling out that ballot, and you know that name you're writing down is not the best rookie in the league. That doesn't make sense. But with the MVP, there's great arguments to be made for several players, and that's why the games matter as long as it's not too dramatically different, from the guys that you're competing against.
Yeah, you're just completely spot on when it comes to that. The thing is, when you at ESPN, you talk from a basketball standpoint and not a hot take standpoint. And listen, it's not just ESPN; it's everywhere. There is so much hot take talk. It's just ridiculous. It's nonsense. And you come, and this is why I love you, because you come with a love of the game. Like, you respect the game so much that you talk about the game in relation to respecting the game, and that's how you form your opinions.
Oh, man, that's a great way to put it. I do love it, man. I think it's the greatest sport ever invented. It's the greatest game. It's the greatest game to play, the greatest game to watch. I've got a lot of disillusionment with a lot of stuff that goes on in the NBA because I do think the product suffers in a regular season. It's a tough watch. I think the players have made the regular season completely irrelevant because of the amount of time that guys are missing. And you think about it, you're talking about top players in this league missing 15 to 20% of the season. I mean, and so I've got a lot of disillusionment, but at the core, it burns through me, man. I love talking hoops without trying to just, say something that's going to get me a bunch of clicks and a bunch of likes, man. It's just not the way I approach it. I never have. And if I was ever forced to or asked to, I probably wouldn't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, no, and it comes across that way. So when you're looking at the Sixers, what's been the biggest change with them that has made them just look really, really good? I mean, obviously it's Harden, but in relation to Harden playing point and doing kind of everything they really need, which is facilitating and, when he needs to score, he's been scoring.
That's the thing, and I think, he had better years, obviously, statistically in Houston when he was the focal point of the entire offense and every single trip revolved around him, and he was putting up eye-popping scoring numbers, and people were paying attention to him for that reason, and he won an MVP doing that. To me, this is the best version of James Harden as a basketball player I've ever seen. This is the best James Harden has ever played because he is managing that ebb and flow of scorer playmaker perfectly. And it's been going on now for quite a while. Like, I really enjoy watching James Harden play right now. And I can't say that I necessarily loved watching James Harden play when he was in Houston. Yeah. I just don't buy into that kind of an offense as being what basketball's supposed to look like. Come down, one guy dribbles the whole possession. It's either a high ball screen or ISO, and that's it. And then a kick out three, shoot it. I just don't believe in that style, and that's not what this team looks like. And as a result, he looks like that deadly combination of a guy that can pick you apart with his playmaking and reading the floor and being like the IQ for you, but also being a guy that if he has to can go get a 15-point quarter in a big moment. So this, to me, is the best version I have seen of James Harden as a pro. And that is why the Sixers have taken this leap now where you go, okay, man, they keep this up. Like, this is legitimately now, they're viable to beat a Milwaukee or a Boston. But here's what it's always going to get back to, Anthony. Will he be able to continue to do that throughout the postseason in the big spots? Because that's ultimately going to determine everything for the Sixers. But and it's not just that, by the way. It's also Embiid. It's also the fact that he just doesn't have the carelessness and the sloppiness. He's more polished in how he reads the defenses and how he takes on traffic way better than he used to. He's much more decisive with what he does with the basketball when he's going into scoring mode, and then when he reads where the help is coming from, where's the traffic. He's just a smarter player, so he doesn't get himself in as much trouble. So the combination of those two things, the talent that's playing as well as they are and as efficiently as they are, now you've got this team that just, some nights, man, you watch them and you go, heck, it's easy to envision this team having a parade. It's a lot of work's got to be done between now and then, but they're in the conversation now. And I thought Milwaukee and Boston were in a different place. I'm not sure I believe that anymore. I think Philadelphia is right there in the mix with those two teams, and it's going to come down to how the Stars perform in the big moments when they need to. The one thing I do like about Milwaukee, Boston, I do think their depth is better. I wish Philly had more guys that on a nightly basis I kind of could pencil in what I expect. Milwaukee and Boston have a bunch of those. Philly doesn't have as much, but the top of their roster is so good and playing so well, and the role players have great definition in what they're doing. I think that makes them now a legitimate threat.
Yeah, see, it's funny. And we've been saying it all for a while now about the difference between a Boston depth-wise and even a Milwaukee depth-wise is that one guard. That one guard. If they had the one guard, the Sixers to me would be the favorite to get out of the East. Forget about, just among the favorites. They would be the favorite.
No, that's a great point because I think, when you take guys off the floor, you take the ball out of Tatum's hands, you Marcus Smart's off the floor, and now you don't worry about any drop-off because you got Brogdon, because you got Derek White. I mean, that is so important because there's no tangible disruption to what you're trying to do. Your team can still operate. With Philly, you got Maxey, so now it's very important to Doc to push the right buttons to make sure he's got great rotational balance amongst those stars, but also giving them enough time together on the floor. So they don't have as much beyond that, but they've got an awful lot with those top three guys. So that, I feel really good about them. Obviously, I've gone from being, kind of cautiously optimistic about them to being now, I think, kind of understanding that they're now on that level that they should expect to get to the finals. And I don't know that even looking at those two teams, they felt that way about themselves. They should now, because this body of work has been going on for quite a while, and it's so consistently good that, you got to put them in that conversation. So it's going to be fascinating because, even the seeding and who gets who early, they're going to get one of those two teams. Most likely, I think we're looking at Philly-Boston in the second round, man, and that's going to be an amazing series.
I know. And, I think one of the keys, and we've been talking about this, is if they can somehow snag that home court, because better than anybody, man, what Philadelphia is like spring, playoffs. I mean, that building will be wild every night.
No doubt. And, they're still there for that. And Boston, Boston hasn't been great here recently. And then Milwaukee's had some head scratching. They gave up 85 points in the second half to Indiana last night at home with everybody playing. Explain that. You have Giannis Antetokounmpo, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton. Lopez wasn't out, but still, those three guys alone defensively should be enough. You give up 85 points to the Pacers. I think they gave up 80+ and a half to you guys. So they're a team. You start to go, okay, this is closer than you thought it was at one point. I thought it was a two-team race. It's not anymore. So yeah, but getting home court against Boston would be huge because if you go up there, you get behind 2-0. We know the odds statistically of coming back and winning 4 out of 5 games, including a game 7 eventually on the road. Just look at historically who's done that. It's an impossible task. That you want to get that home court and get out to that 2-0 start, changes the entire dynamic of the series.
Yeah, we're real excited. Real excited. I got to ask, because the tournament's going on, how much tournament do you watch? Like with today's, with all the first round games going on Thursday and Friday, are you watching ball all day?
Yeah, I watched a ton yesterday, man. I watched all the way from the noon games to the wee hours, man. I had to get up this morning. I did radio in Sirius from 7 to 10 a.m. So I had to get up about 5:30 for that, and I was still watching games, at midnight, and then watching the post game. I'm just a junkie. I love this time of year. I love the drama of the one and done format. Like the NBA playoffs are the best basketball that you can find because it's the best players playing their hardest, the highest level. Like nothing's better than dramatic moments in playoff series. But as far as just format, how can you compete with the one and done? And what happened yesterday with, those two upsets, those top teams going out early. I'm sure we'll get some more today. No, I'm all in on watching, man. It's sad this year. I also picked up on the fact that no Philly teams are in it, man, which is, I think, the first time. I can't remember. I read it somewhere.
1977, brother.
Oh, my goodness. So you're talking 45 years, 46 years?
Yeah.
First time? That made me sad because I just love the Big Five. I love my experience there. And, every year at this time, since I've been out of school, you start following those Big Five teams, man, and you make a run. You pull for those teams to make a run. And I've always known so many people affiliated with the programs. I'm always rooting for those guys. And even though, I hated Nova, I hated St. Joe's as a player at Temple, when you're in the spot I'm in now, man, every year you get to this time, you pull for those teams because ultimately it's making a statement about Philadelphia basketball. And I was a part of that. So, you get caught up in that. But so that not have a team this year to kind of pull for and root for, look forward to the tips of those games, knowing how excited Philadelphia fans get for those college teams, that made me kind of sad this year.
I know. It was the only thing that's the only drag. I hope you don't mind, but I have nominated you to coach Villanova.
What about Temple?
Oh, man. Well,
actually, Temple. I'm sorry. I meant to say Temple. Oh, my God. Because it was Jay Wright.
I was going to say.
Yeah, no. I meant to. In fact, I even put it in a text to you that I nominated you for Temple. I can't believe I said Villanova came out.
I have tremendous faith in what I could do with the college basketball program if I ever get my hands on one. That's all I'll say. And I think a lot of people that have seen me over the years, not just on TV, but seen me roll my sleeves up, get in the gym and coach really high-level players, and just knowing my personality type, my track record is to succeed, and I think I could do it. But, people are very reticent because they want that resume with the coaching tree. And it's like,
dude, I got to tell you, it's nonsense. I would listen, if I was on that board to find the next coach at Temple basketball, it's you, and you would kill it. Kill it. You would bury it. And that's why it's nonsense. If Penny Hardaway could go get a job out of nowhere, why can't you?
Hey, Penny Hardaway just won the AAC championship. He's got Memphis as an 8 or 9 seed, and he coached, I believe, a couple years of high school basketball. And I coached like 500 games in AAU, basically same level players. But that's all he did. But here's the difference.
I'm making a campaign. All right, me and Tunis, we're campaigning legs to save TU.
All right, let me know if that picks up steam, brother. You know how to reach me.
All right. Thanks, man. Love you, brother. And if not, you're still doing that camp. So the Tim Legler basketball camp, by the way, getting a lot of steam. Everybody talking about it in my neck of the woods.
Well, we know that because we get people signing up and we ask them, you always have to fill out the registration where you heard about the camp. And I know people are listening to this show and these hits. So, yeah, there's definitely people out there that want to come and experience it, man. I'm very, very proud of what that has become. And I love teaching the game. It's my favorite week of the year. July 31st to August 3rd, boys and girls, man. Get on that website and sign up.
Love it. Love it. Thanks, my brother. You're the best, buddy. There he is. Tim Legler on the Comcast Business Hotline.
It's impressive what he said about Harden.
Dude, the best basketball of his career.
Yeah. Love that.
Of his career. I mean, that says something. That
does say something.
It's pretty cool. All right, we'll come back, Tunis. We'll open up the phone line. Can you believe we only have one more segment?
No, I can't. This week flew by.
What?
And part of it was Clearwater, and then we had the tournament.
I mean, still, it's crazy. I thought, feels like it's 11 o'clock.
Well, we've had something to look forward to all day today.
Yeah, we're in the teeth of the hoop. It's a lot of fun. All right, stick with us. We got you. Next segment's all you guys. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Cuz Radio with the Tunis. Right here, Park Sportsbook. Don't forget, celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the Bet Parks app. 1 year ago, it was born. Incredible, the Bet Parks app. So check it out and all kinds of stuff. You got to come here, watch all the games. In fact, Jameer Nelson will be coming here at 2 o'clock Jameer. It'll be a lot of fun. So come out. You got to check out the Park Sportsbook. It's tremendous. All right, all the games going on. If you can't get there, you know the BetParks app has you covered, right, for in-game action. For, like, you know, these games are crazy, right? Like, you know, the Michigan State had a big lead, and all of a sudden, big run by SC. They tied at halftime. All this stuff going on. The fantastic finishes and all, you name it. Enjoy it all on the BetParks app, futures, and in-game, halftime, you name it, they got it all. So check it out. You got to be in Pennsylvania, New Jersey. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Day 2 in action. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Pets Plus Natural. Pets Plus Natural is the home of free pet food. With Paw Points, you earn free food and cash back on every purchase. That's why for over 35 years, Pets Plus is Philly's favorite family-owned pet store. Visit petsplusnatural.com for a location near you. Day 2 of the NCAA tournament has tipped off. USC and Michigan State at halftime knotted at 34 apiece. And we have the 3-seed Xavier up 3 over Kennesaw State. Now just up 1. Kennesaw State with a bucket, 28-27 with 6 and change left in the first half. The next game that will tip off will be Baylor. That's coming up at 1:30. They'll take on UCSB. Eagles making news yesterday late in the middle of the night, signing Marcus Mariota. Yes, the quarterback that we all thought was going to be traded for in 2015 when the Eagles would have moved up in the draft. Chip Kelly was still the head coach at the time. That did not happen. 8 years later, he's now the backup to Jalen Hurts. It was a 1-year deal for $5 million, up to $8 million. Sixers back in action tonight. They travel to Charlotte to take on the Hornets. Tip off at 7 o'clock. You can listen live right here on the Fanatic. Sixers still the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. This update is also brought to you by FarmSafe 811. FarmSafe 811 reminds you to never assume location or depth of underground pipelines and utilities. Always contact 811. Farm safety starts with you. Learn more at farmsafe811.org. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Into the lane, spins, hangs, fires, shot up, and good with 1 second to go.
Sixers Hornets tonight at 7 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball is brought to you by Corona, proud sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Hey, I'm Andy. I started Harry's because I was frustrated with buying razors at the drugstore. And when I say frustrated, I mean like so upset I called my friend Jeff.
Hello, this is Jeff.
Jeff, I'm at the store, and I don't get why these razors
cost so much?
Yeah, and do they need to look like robots?
Dude, I know. And it's so frustrating how expensive they are.
Getting ripped off sucks.
We gotta do something about this.
Why don't we make our own high-quality razors at much better prices?
Actually, I heard about this German razor factory that makes some really high-quality blades.
Really? Okay, maybe that's not exactly how it went. But we did buy that German factory, where we're turning high-quality steel into super sharp blades for a smooth shave at a great price. Seriously, as low as $2 per cartridge. Over the past 10 years, 20 million people have tried Harry's. Join them and get your starter set now. That's a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, and shave gel, all for just $3 with free shipping, backed by our quality guarantee. If you don't like it, it's on us. Just go to harrys.com now and enter code SMOOTH at checkout. That's harrys.com, code SMOOTH.
Attention, guys. By now, you should know that when it comes to male enhancement pills, most of these contain the same ingredients that are repackaged over and over again. Why take the same old when you can perform in the bedroom with confidence at the highest level? That's why Noxitril needs to be on your bedstand. If you thought that the little blue pill works well, wait till you try Noxitril. It's like Viagra on steroids. Thousands of men each week have switched from that prescription blue pill to Noxitril. That's because Noxitril is automatic. No need to worry anymore. When it's time to perform, we've got this. Explosive results you can count on with no side effects, no stuffy nose. We want every man to try Noxitril, so call now and take advantage of our special free bottle offer today. Oh, and as a reminder, please use the Noxitril dose as directed. It's that strong.
Call right now and get your free supply. Call 800-993-1760. That's 800-993-1760. It's like Viagra on steroids. Free bottles available for a limited time only, so call right now. 800-993-1760. That's 800-993-1760.
¿Tienes un arma en la casa que no está bajo llave?
房子里有没有解锁的枪?
No matter how you say it.
Is there an unlocked gun in the house?
Always ask if there's an unlocked gun in the house. Guns are now the leading cause of death for kids. So, The next time you drop your kid off at a play date, a sleepover, or even at a friend's, remember, it doesn't kill to ask. From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights. Here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods. Here championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to serve our communities. We're here for it all. Here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Using your phone should never have to be a luxury. Walmart Family Mobile now offers free or discounted plans for the Affordable Connectivity Program. ACP is a government program that helps eligible Americans have access to wireless service. You can get unlimited talk, text, and 8 gigabytes of high-speed data for free when you qualify. Apply now at myfamilymobile.com/ACP. Walmart Family Mobile is supported by the Affordable Connectivity Program and Lifeline, government assistance programs. Please visit myfamilymobile.com/ACP for more information.
I know we've had a really mild winter, and that could mean that we're heading into a super hot summer. So is your old air conditioner system up for the challenge? Don't chance it. John Kincaid telling you H&H Heating and Air Conditioning has got you covered. Your Bryant installation and service experts. H&H has rebates up to $1,500 and 0% financing for qualified buyers on a new Bryant comfort system. So see the dealer for details. Visit DelcoHVAC.com and schedule an estimate today. That's DelcoHVAC.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Join the Junior 76er Kids Club presented by Five Below today. Sign up for a free rookie membership or an all-star membership for your very own Junior 76ers welcome kit with a Junior 76ers sling bag, Franklin the Dog keychain fidget, a Joel Embiid growth chart, and a whole bunch more. Sign up today, and for more information, visit junior76erskidsclub.com. That's junior76erskidsclub.com.
This St. Patrick's Day, make a trip to the Pick. See all the college hoops action and enjoy Irish-themed specials, or an order of their world-famous wings. The Piccadilly Inn, Route 206, Chemung, New Jersey.
We all know Philly sports is big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports reports that are powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, go to pico.com/business.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
What's up, guys? It's Andrew. Are you thinking about getting engaged? Well, if you are, look, you're going to want to knock this out of the park. You're going to want to get a good ring that's going to light her eyes up when you get down one knee. You want to make everybody proud of you for getting the right ring. This is what you do. Because if you're like me and you don't even know what you're looking for, my man Angelo and the team at Family Company Jewelers, they're going to take care of you. They'll walk you through every step of the process, and I guarantee that you're going to walk out of that ring that she's going to be showing off to everybody, includes those friends and family that they could be judging you if you get the wrong ring, right? So trust me, when I went to the store, I go, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I just let Angelo, I trusted the process, right? He took care of business, and before I know it, he got me it was a rose gold colored diamond engagement ring, and my wife still wears it and loves it to this day. And of course, I've gone there for a lot of things. Wedding band, we've gone anniversary gift, we've gone Mother's Day, and as I've been saying, well, I just got back from 6 days at Clearwater where she was alone with Coop by herself. So I think I got to get her something nice. Shopping local, that's also important. Family Company Jewelers has been South Jersey's diamond destination for over 80 years, and they have more than 1,000 five-star reviews from all their satisfied customers, and I'm one of them. So if you're getting engaged, go to Family Company Jewelers on Route 70 in Marlton, and make sure you tell them Andrew sent you.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, welcome back as we hang out. Wow, man, what a day. Fun
Crazy,
day.
man.
I know. Pretty wild, right? Pretty wild. Fun day here going on at the Park Sports Book. How's everybody doing with our bracket there, Tunis? How'd you do yesterday?
Not great. Did not expect Princeton with the upset, so that didn't go well. I thought Virginia was going to make a nice little run. That didn't go well. So, not great. Yeah, I love that. There's this guy that emailed me. Glad I didn't listen to your Virginia pick. How many people had Furman to win?
First of all, Virginia should have won. They should have won the game.
Yeah.
I mean, they
blew it. And then the guy makes the dumbest pass in the history.
That's the point.
Glad I didn't listen to your pick. You're awful. It's like, dude, shut up. What did you expect?
Yeah, and by the way, you're not going to.
And you know what? If they did win, do you think he would have sent me a nice email of, hey, man,
no, dude,
good
listen.
pick on Virginia?
And by the way, it doesn't work.
Nah, it pisses me off. It's the NCAA tournament. It's the wildest couple of days. The first 2 days of the tournament are the craziest days in sports. And you get your jollies off people being wrong? Good for you. I hope you picked Princeton. Ass face. You're allowed to say that.
Like a bitch.
Yes.
Well, that's another. I'm hearing all these drops. Yeah. Matt's playing all these drops. What's that about?
Like a bitch. That's a good one.
I didn't even know that's these drops. Fuck up, Tunis. I didn't know they existed.
I don't need to play the drops. I just hear you do different ones every day.
Yeah, you could do a whole show with just me with drops. I'm a dancing bear anyway, so it's perfect. Let's get back to the phones. Ralphie, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Ralphie.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, Ralph. How are you, buddy?
I was just up Parks. I seen you, but it was a little crowded, and I was getting my Sixers teaser for the night.
Nice. What'd you do?
I went Sixers -5, and I went with a team, Indiana. That's why I was calling. When I got the teaser, I didn't notice that line was so low. So I'm thinking now, should I run back and get Kent State? Because I thought the line would be like 8 or 9. It was only 4. And I don't know much about Kent State at all.
Yeah, they're a popular pick. I kind of like Kent State too, but they're a popular pick. Here's the thing. I once you put something, once you already did it, you got a ticket.
Right.
I don't ever just ride with it. You know what I mean?
Just ride with it.
Because here's the
Indiana.
problem, right? Yeah, listen, I may like Kent and all, but if you went back and redid the ticket and then Kent wins, then Indiana wins, then you're kicking yourself.
That's happened to me before.
Yeah, like, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Like, don't even worry about it.
Right. I had another question. I thought is Junis really that young? I thought you were sitting with a teenager.
Junis is 28.
29.
Oh, man, he looks great.
Oh, yeah, he's a man.
Young.
Thank you, Ralphie.
He's a young guy. Oh, and I had Virginia with you, bud.
Yeah, well, you know.
So did, I'm sure, like 80% of the country.
Yeah,
Listen, they're a good team. They play good defense. You know, they just folded. Actually, it was funny because I was watching. I go, watch, they're going to probably cover, and it's going to be a bad beat on Furman.
Right.
And because at some point they were up 3. They just kept missing foul shots.
Yep. It cost me a good one, too. I had a 5-teamer with them.
That's a shame.
No.
Yeah. I only hit that one where it comes out of nowhere. I thought Virginia was an easy win.
Yeah,
but
I hear you,
what are you
buddy.
going to do? It's a tournament.
That's it. That's the tournament.
Yeah,
That's right.
Right.
That's it. Good stuff, my brother. Thank you,
All
Ralphie.
right. Go
Good luck to
Sixers.
you, buddy. Go Sixers.
All right, bud. All right.
There
Bye.
he is.
That's the worst when you do the parlay and the one you felt best about is the one that loses.
Yeah.
How many times that happened? You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
They should win. You know. Yeah, it's a shame. There's
I had one in the NFL last year where, like, the Bills were like 14-point favorites and everything hit and I brought the Bills down to like -5 and they lost.
And they lost the game?
They lost the game. I think it was the Jets game. Remember the Jets beat them this year?
Yes.
And I'm like, what? The Jets?
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know, that's the fun of it, right?
That stinks. That stinks.
That's right, it stinks.
That's right, it stinks.
Dude, Kennesaw up.
Kennesaw's up?
They're up 38-34. Less than 2 left in the first half.
Over X?
Yes.
Kennesaw? Wow. 38-34. Let's look
Deep
at the
shot for three. Bang! Wow!
Oh, Kennesaw
up 7. Wow!
In on the funk. I'm out on the stank. Kennesaw. Wow.
That shot was from another area code, man.
Dude, they've hit 5 threes.
Well, that's what I always say. Now that's just all, you bomb away and you're one of these older teams in the tournament.
Yeah, that was the,
Oral Roberts,
St.
St. Peter's,
all those teams. They're coming veteran type of teams, and the next thing you know, they're banging threes and they just play. That's the weirdest thing about college about this tournament anymore.
Yeah, because it used to be
here's the thing about seeds. Mm-hmm. If you went back and you played the upset in the vault, you played the upset of all those old seeds, right?
Yeah. So the first ever 15th seed to win was 1991, and now we've had 3 straight years of it.
Okay, so think about this for a second. In 1991, you're in the teeth of all those great teams, right?
Yeah.
UNLV with Larry Johnson, right? Like, who stayed 4 years.
Yeah.
Elijah Wands and Duke was with Leitner.
Yep.
They were ridiculous. The Fab Five.
Yeah, they were men.
I mean, you look at all those teams and they were all 4-year players or 3-year players.
Yeah.
And they're staying together. Mm-hmm. So these 15 seeds, they're not going to play. These are NBA teams.
Right, exactly.
Right now, what's the difference between a 2 seed and 15 seed when you think about it? Yeah. When you're looking at those kids.
And a lot of those higher seeds are teams with guys that are one and done, like you said, and they usually play through their star player, whereas a team like Princeton can have like a very well-coached team or something because they've been around for a couple of years.
Right.
And that's tough for some of the coaches for teams like Arizona. They're losing guys after 1 year.
Right. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Now, I'm not going to cry for, those coaches because they're getting the best, players in the country coming their way, but it's amazing, man.
It really is.
3 straight years now, 15 seed is knocked off a 2 seed.
And again, if you think about it, compared to what it was back in the day, that was a feat.
Yeah. So there have been 9 15 seeds upsetting the 2 all time, and you've had 3 straight years of it.
Yeah,
amazing.
That's crazy. Let's go to Nikki. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Nick.
How's it going?
What's going on, Nick? How you feeling, buddy?
Man, I'm doing all right. You guys doing all right?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
All right. Can y'all hear me okay? I'm on some earbuds because I'm doing some work. But
we got you, pal. We got you, brother.
All right. Okay, so I got a what if for y'all. I don't know if anybody's said this, but it makes me cringe to think about because I'm happy with the way things have turned out. But what if we draft Jefferson instead of Rager? Is Carson still here? He goes from Travis Fulgham to Justin Jefferson, and is Doug Peterson still here?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. It really is. You're thinking about it. If Carson is thriving and Jefferson's the guy, I gotta believe that Doug is still here. Right?
Does Jalen ever get his chance? Is he gone now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're probably right. I will say this though: if you could have right now, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Sirianni versus Carson, Doug, Jefferson, and give him like a decent second receiver, who would you take?
Oh, I'm taking Hurts and Sirianni all day, twice on Sunday.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right, boys.
But it's great. Good stuff, Nick. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, thanks for the call.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
It is crazy to think about that, though. Because that's what could have been.
I know.
Because especially because everybody wanted Justin Jefferson.
Oh, yeah, well,
Now, I got a couple of good ones on Twitter. Clutch City checks in. What if Hinkie takes Giannis instead of Michael Carter Williams in 2013?
Oh, my God.
And then he says, would they still draft Embiid in 2014? I guess so, because he was going for the best player on the board. So you would still draft Embiid the next year? Could you imagine Giannis and Embiid?
Oh, my God.
I don't know how that would work, but that'd be crazy.
Oh, my God. That is – could you imagine what that would be like?
Yeah. Well, no. Actually, I can't, but it'd be incredible. Karate Mark checks in. So, and he's right. He said, we always ask, what if, we got Wiggins, right?
Right.
He goes, well, what about Wiggins still goes number 1 to Cleveland, but the Knicks took Embiid?
The Knicks?
Yeah, because they were the second pick.
Milwaukee was the second pick.
Sorry, the Milwaukee, yes. So, do the Sixers go Jabari Parker? Third?
They would have had to.
Yeah.
I mean, because the fourth, the kid who went next was Dante Exum.
Yeah, that's right.
Was the guy that
a lot of people were excited about.
Yeah, it was everybody. Again, he was a huge risk.
Yes.
Huge risk. But at the top three was always going to be those three in that order. In whatever order. But those three were going to be the top 3 teams.
Yeah, okay. I got one more for you. This was from Mac. What if the Eagles didn't land Wentz? So they couldn't execute the trade to the second overall pick. So then they would have to go quarterback in 2017. Mahomes, Trubisky, they went in the first round. He said it could have been really good or really bad because you could have gotten Trubisky.
See, I think Andy, I know Andy loved Mahomes.
Loved Mahomes, yeah.
He was moving. Now he moved up to get him. He would have gotten no matter what. He wasn't losing his guy.
Okay.
But that would have been amazing. Or it would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
Said. Let's go to Nikki. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Nikki.
Gentlemen,
what do you say, brother?
What's that Kennesaw State score, man? I got a couple open money lines on that.
They're at commercial, so hold on. Let me go to the trusty Google.com.
Now, what is the
43-36 at halftime? Kennesaw.
Well, okay, 2,200. I got to pull over just to cash in the one ticket, just to get a little plus 400, plus 500 is probably the cash in price.
Plus 2,200.
Plus 2,200.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kennesaw, brother. That's awesome.
Yeah. I was in the Carapulli's parking lot getting a tomato pie when I
give you $1 million if you know their mascot.
It's the Golden Dome. I have no idea.
The Kennesaw State Owls.
Wow.
So there is an Owls team. There's an Owls team in the tournament. Don't worry.
Listen, I got 2 of this for you, man, and it's kind of panning outside the line, and it's a recency bias, which I love. What if Quez never stopped running for that football?
Dude, it was right there, dude.
Just keep running it out, dude. Run it out.
I know, brother. You're so right. What are you doing, Quez? Why are you short-arming? Why, Quez?
He had one job, which was run across the middle and go to the corner, to the corner pylon and take the safety.
Yeah.
And he thought he was never getting the football. Now, here's another one.
By the way, what a great throw that was by Jalen.
Dude, it was perfect.
Yeah.
If he just closed his eyes and kept running, just took his hand and just put like a breadbasket out there, he would have caught the football. It was because it was a pillow, man.
It was a
pillow.
pillow.
What about the most recent first baseman, if he could feel the ground ball?
Well, but that didn't cost them the whole thing,
Yeah, in that game 60, I thought game 6 he gave up the leading run.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
I mean, the manager gets crazy. The manager gets crazy, and he pulls the only pitcher he had. The only pitcher who had any gas left.
Yeah, it was funny, right? So I was with Topper the other day, and it's so long ago now. I was itching to ask him about it, right? I didn't want to break his balls, I
know.
I was like,
he talked about it. I know. It's.
I was like, I actually was thinking about it. I wanted to bring it up as conversation piece, but there was so much to talk about, with this year.
Yeah.
But I thought the same thing, dude.
Listen,
oh, man.
Princeton, man. Let's go, boys.
We're going to root you in.
Left guard.
Kennesaw. We got to root Kennesaw in for you, right?
Well, listen, I'm gonna be in the plus anyway. Once on one of these, so.
No, well, hopefully you're in the big plus.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, I think little Ed can play left tackle, right? Left tackle or center, man.
Dude, you know what? That's the dream, right? That he becomes a Princeton Tiger.
Because he can showcase in that conference. Right. He'll be freaking rolling. He'll just be bowling balling people down. He'll be like another Kelsey. He'll be like in the secondary. Not even a linebacker. He'll be in the secondary taking on safety after push it off the tackle, the D tackle, and then the middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Mike. Fellas, have a great weekend, man.
Thanks, brother. You too, Nicky. Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
I got another what if.
We got
this is from It's a Ginger. What if Chip didn't blow up the offense and he kept Vic, McCoy, and Deshaun Jackson?
Dude, you know what? That's a great one. That's a great one. Because if he didn't do that,
if he wasn't full of himself,
you know what? That team was their offense was great.
Yeah.
Shady fit his system. Deshaun fit his, whatever, listen, Deshaun could run through a cover too, man.
Yeah.
He was just, that was a frustrating, and you go, dude, how could you not see this?
I don't know. Well, he's full of himself. I'm Chip Kelly, and I'm smart. I believe in culture, culture over scheme. Like, dude, come on, man. Giant of the K talking to the audience here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Holding court.
He loves it.
He does.
He'd be a game show host.
He'd be great, yeah. Hi, come on down.
Yeah.
With the tall mic. Does he go long, skinny mic?
I could see that. He's definitely a game show dude.
Yes, he is.
Come down, spin a wheel. And he's like, oh, this is, Margaret, whatever. Hello, Miss Margaret. Yep. And he could give it a small talk.
All right, hold on. I'll give you another what if. This one was from our man Mike from Delran, who we talked to earlier. What if the Sixers went Penny instead of that Sean Bradley?
Dude, that was one of the worst draft. Like, I remember if you would have saw him, you go, how the freak could you pick this guy? Seriously. He looked like a circus act.
Yes.
It was 7'6".
Maybe that was part of it. Let's fill the seats.
It was ridiculous. Now, they did a thing, Chris Webber and all that. You got to be kidding me. How in the world, Sean Bradley, he was terrible.
Yeah.
Just a terrible basketball player. And I think back to, we have gotten so much more sophisticated over the years. Some of those picks, we talked about Mike Dick had traded his whole draft for a running back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Could you imagine doing that today?
No. And then that makes you think. We've had the conversation before of the masterminds of back in the day.
Dude,
wait a minute.
Hold that thought. I'm going to get VG up here.
Okay.
My screen went down, so do me a favor. Punch VG up, Matt, and then I want to bring that up. VG.
What's up, boys?
What are you doing, buddy?
Yeah,
we
I'm
did
at
a
the
whole.
Pub. It's St. Patty's Day, man. I did. I left the pub at 12:43 a.m. last night. Did 13 hours almost. We're back at it today.
Wow, you did 13 hours yesterday.
Yeah.
And then what time were you back today?
I was back at 12:15. I was even at the parking authority by 10 a.m. getting a new parking permit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
You got to be kidding me. You are amazing, dude.
Dude, last night was so great. You had a whole bar chanting, doing Furman chants with no one related to Furman at all, doing Princeton chants. Just amazing.
Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. That's a great time.
Yeah. We got we do the ceremonial, like a big bracket update with the Sharpie on the wall. The bartender comes out with the Sharpie when a game ends. It's great.
Like that. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. We have a good time.
And that was New Wave last night?
O'Neill's. Yeah.
That was O'Neill's.
Yeah, they're kicking it for St. Patty's Day, so we'll see. The crowd may get a little crazy after 5, but right now it's fun, man. People should come out and enjoy the day wherever you are.
So you're at O'Neill's now?
Yeah. I'm struggling. I got USC early. Don't look good. I thought Izzo was overrated at this point.
Well, that was a big 3 they just hit.
So what is your – now let me ask you a question. What is your beer of choice today?
to go 13 hours, you got to take it easy. I do Miller Lights. They're on
so
sale.
you rock the lights all day.
They're discounted like $3, $3.50. You can go in a marathon with those things.
So you just pint after pint.
Pounder after pounder. We do some cheese fries mixed in. I told you yesterday, cheese and fries my jam.
And then that gives you sustenance. Listen,
Yeah. You're breaking my heart with this Quaker stuff. I'm a Quaker, man. You go Princeton Tigers, you're going to send your kids up there?
No, listen to me. Just listen. Do you even
You
listen?
don't want to play at Franklin Field?
Listen, I would love him to play Penn, but here's he wants to be a paleontologist. And Princeton has an amazing science school, paleontology. So that's that's
All
why.
right. All
Listen,
right.
obviously Penn, you know where my heart lies, but
Yeah.
Paleontology, it's either that or he's got to go to out west to California. I don't want that. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. UCLA have a program? That campus is amazing.
Dude, I want my boy close by, man. Are you nuts? Listen, in the end, he goes wherever he wants, but I need my man close by to dad.
Anyone do a what if they just took Tatum? That's right.
Dude, I know. You remember, Judas just brought up Sean Bradley. What if they took Penny? Do you remember, because we were kids, Sean Bradley was a freak show.
Yeah, he's a freak in a bad way, not like he's a freak.
Right. He wasn't the Greek freak. He was just a freak.
Yeah.
Come on. What made them go, you know what? This is our revolutionary. He's 7'6". What are you, crazy? He was horrible.
140 pounds.
I know.
Come on.
The greatest story is, the geniuses, they go get Pat Croce. They get Pat to try to work with this guy. Meanwhile, he's eating McDonald's every day. He's got, and they go, why? What are you? Pat's getting nuts at him, and he's going, dude, what's wrong with you? Because I got coupons. He signed this $76 million contract, and the guy's eating coupon McDonald's. Are you got to be kidding me?
I'm doing the McDonald's. That dude needed to bulk up, but the coupon's a little weird.
Well, they were trying to bulk them up with good protein. You know what I mean?
A franchise that has made some just horrible decisions. Really, when they were on the cusp, it could have just done the right thing and made it easy. They just going back to Doherty and playing against them in a driveway. I mean, just really dumb, stupid decisions over the years.
I mean, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Crazy. Good stuff,
All right,
VG.
Root them in today, boy.
We got you, buddy boy. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. No, but think about that for a second, Judas. It's the truth. You're a Sixer fan.
Yeah. Going through a lot of what.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
No, I consider yourself lucky that you just dealt with a process.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
No,
what took place before Iverson?
Oh, I can imagine.
Might have been the worst ever. From when they win the title, they just blow up the team.
Yeah.
And it was like shooting yourself in the head.
Right. It was bad decision after bad decision.
How could you take Sean Bradley? I think back at it. I just think about how the insanity of it.
Yeah.
I think that's insane.
It seems like it.
Call up a picture of him.
I know. I've seen a video Space Jam.
He sucked.
He's Space Jam, man.
He was terrible. He had nothing in common with Patrick Ewing. I mean, how in the world was he a big back in the day? He weighed 85 pounds.
Yeah, he was lanky. That's for sure.
You want to talk about a beanpole? My God. He was horrible. And what are you going to do?
Yeah, there's nothing he can do. What kind of game did he have? Post up? What did he do? No, seriously, what did he? Because I wasn't around. I was 2 when he was in college. What was his college game?
Dude,
back to the basket and
yes, it was archaic. The whole game was archaic, right? So we expect.
Yeah, he's not a stretch 5.
Stretch. His whole body's stretched.
Yeah.
I mean, but dude, you know what's insane about it is he just was you knew. Go, dude. The NBA, he's going to get manhandled.
Yeah.
When everybody saw him, remember this is pre everything. And he was on a Mormon mission, right?
Right.
So he was older.
Wow. And he never bulked up.
Bulked up?
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, the Sixers. They've made some decisions over the years.
God.
Our man, the Scanlon, checks in. What if they never traded for Zaya? They probably would have won by now.
We would have won.
And they wouldn't have had Tobias because that was part of that trade.
Yes.
So think about that. Everybody that complains about Tobias, he wouldn't have even been here.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Oh, my God.
Whatever.
This is great. Anthony goes, Sean Bradley was a lawn dart. Oh, my God. Oh, that's great. Dawood says, because he hits you with Sharon Wright, Clarence Weatherspoon. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
All right, I got some painful ones. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll start with JJ. What if Ben Simmons became Summer League Ben Simmons in the NBA? He was shooting jumpers.
My God.
He was just crazy good. And he was the next Magic Johnson.
That motherfather.
They would have won by now.
Yes, he would. Of course he would have won.
Twice.
They would have won. They made a dynasty.
Back to back.
What was wrong with that dude? Why can't that kid play?
I don't
I am
know.
who I am. It
You're
is what it is.
7 feet tall.
Yes.
You great speed, great defender, great handle, great court vision. And all you got to do is, listen, nobody's expecting to go shoot, 38%
that mid-range jumper that he had in the Summer League, the corner jumper.
Or take it to the rim and jam it.
Elbow. Yeah.
You know what killed him? Free throws killed him.
Well, yeah, the Bradley Beal bet.
It was
Must have messed him
unbelievable.
up.
It was ridiculous.
All right.
Boo hits me with Kenny Payne. Kenny freaking Payne. You know what I got from Kenny Payne? Payne. Oh,
Nick gives us two more. What if
Snake Man?
What if Kawhi's third bounced out, doesn't go in, and then he follows up with
another great one.
What if Chaz McCormick doesn't make the catch against JT? JT's on base for Bryce Harper.
Oh my God!
Or
dude.
JT has another inside the Parker.
Oh my God!
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Oh my God, dude! What?
Now, Mike Tone drops this one, too, because we always talk about Iverson and Pierce. What if instead of Pierce or Larry Hughes, they go Dirk?
Yeah. Yeah. You know who wanted to go Dirk?
Who?
Tony DeLeo.
Oh, is that right?
He threw Dirk. Billy King threw Pierce, and Larry was Larry Hughes.
Oh, dude, one more before we get out of here. Tommy Reardon. What if the Eagles actually moved to Phoenix?
God, no, God forbid.
We'd have no sports radio.
No, it would be horrible. Listen, everybody, thanks for hanging. We love you guys, man. Have a great St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy the tournament. We love you, and we'll see you on Monday.
Fanatic Sports Update.
I'm Jennifer Scordo, and this Fanatic Update is brought to you by the Parks Race and Sportsbook inside Chicky and Pete's in Malvern. Grab lunch at Chicky and Pete's this Friday with the Cuz and Tunis, and then place your bets all March long at the Parks Race and Sportsbook inside Chickies and Pete's in Malvern. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Eagles have had quite a wild ride this week, and last night they signed backup quarterback Marcus Mariota to a one-year deal that could be worth up to $8 million. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, still a free agent. Darius Slay got a 2-year extension worth $42 million with $23 million guaranteed. The Sixers are in Charlotte to take on the Hornets tonight. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. You can hear that game and every Sixers game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Flyers are back in action, too, at home as they play host to the Sabres. Puck drops at 7. You can listen to that game on our sister station, WMMR. And the Union are in Canada to take on CF Montreal. Listen to that match tomorrow on the 97.5 app or at 97.5thefanatic.com. This update's also brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Live Casino and Hotel. Get lucky with Philly's hottest slot machines and live action table games, or bet on the bracket at FanDuel Sportsbook. Visit livecasinophilly.com. Must be 21 or older.